Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier, and I'm a grumpy not elf. Tonight, we are in our finale of the Faht Bottom Inn adventure for OSR Plus, the fantastic game created by our game master, two squares up there. I'll let him say hi in a minute, but first, if you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Archonia. On Friday nights, we do ongoing campaigns in Worlds Without Number and Cities Without Number, and occasionally other things. And then on Monday nights, like tonight, we do short 1 to 3 session adventures in many different systems. This is our third session, but first story in OSR Plus, Advanced Old School Revival. So if you'd like to come hang out with us, please join our Discord. There's information about it below the video. And Daniel, why don't you tell us about what we're doing here?
Yeah, so we are in the final adventure of Faht Bottom Inn, the final session. And as we know, Advanced Old School Revival is an indie tabletop RPG, fantasy RPG. Merges a bit of story gaming with old school gaming. And so we've done a little bit of carnage so far. And at this point, we're trying to sort out the villainous situation that's going on in the Faht Bottom Inn and hopefully solve it before the end of this session. As far as a recap goes, you guys ventured into the basement of the Faht Bottom Inn, where you discovered a apiary where the hive appeared to be sick, and you discovered 3 statues that turned out to be the slumbering bodies of the Amber Dwarves, who have spent the past 500 years or so plus guarding the apiary, which is some kind of sacred site to them. And there's clearly a symbiotic relationship with Jafar, the owner of this place, and these dwarves. One of them chose to join you, and you discovered that there is indeed a devious plot set up possibly in collaboration with the Felix Underwood and his clockwork companion. And so the Amber Dwarves, one of them has joined your party. You ventured further into the area, discovered the abandoned dungeon of this place, which was crawling with a number of Felix's goons that you summarily dispatched, including a very large one. And in that jail cell, you found Jafar himself imprisoned, and he informed you that it is Felix, not certain who he serves, but Felix and his crew are planning to steal the airships from these captains who have converged here to find crews. But you found evidence that pointed to Felix's boss being none other than Kendra the Maleficent, who we designed in the first session. And so now, as you emerged from this place with Jafar's help, you're back in the kitchen, and you see that it's been filled with some of Felix's goons who are unloading stuff from the airships, thanks to Patty's bee investigations. And now you have to decide what you're going to do now that you've uncovered this plot. And so where are we going to start? We are trying to figure out, given that there are a bunch of guys drinking and taking over this area, we see that Zara is depressedly serving them. She's unaware that you've recovered Jafar. I want to turn the stage to you guys to have some conversation, but what I would like to do is solve this particular scene with what's called the scene check, rather than play it out turn by turn. This is a special mechanic in OSR Plus that allows you to dictate what happens to a narrative with potential consequences. Before we get to that, let's resume our scene where we were. You guys emerged. You found a little beetle mounts that one of you is writing. I think one of you is in a closet. Yes, one of you is in a closet at moments. And you found this map that showed all the attack sites that Kendra had planned. And you've got Jafar, and you've got our friend Yuri will be an NPC going forward. So her story tag will be I fixed things. Now, keep in mind that because she's an NPC, and just like any other NPC, you can only invoke their tag to help you as things are going on. So we no longer have access to all of her stuff. Her tag involves whether she's summoning bees to help or whatever it is. That's encapsulated by the +2 she confers. But she's now part of the group as a NPC. So you've got the Amber Dwarf, I believe his name's Balin. You've got Yuri as an NPC, and this beetle that's with you. Jafar is just a non-adventuring NPC, but he's awesome. Okay. So
what was the beetle's name again? Betsy?
I don't remember. I think I said Betsy. Yes, that sounds right.
Betsy. Okay. I'm writing. I'm on Betsy.
You're on Betsy. You got her.
Yep.
She's perfect size for you.
Who's this other guy?
Which one?
This one. I'll draw him.
Oh, that guy. I believe you used the bees to poison him, so he's unconscious.
Okay.
I slit his throat.
Okay.
Oh, and then you slit his throat. So
Yeah.
he's dead now with blood all over him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I believe you delicately just slit the throat.
Yeah,
right
it
there.
was a stealth. It was about quiet. It was about being stealthy.
Now, where we left off, I'm going to give you all a round before we enter the scene check because the bees caused some commotion, and you would assume the other person in this room ran out because you know there were two. So that person has gone out, and he's clearly alerting people. We know that on the roof there are a lot of men who have unloaded from this high-person airship, and they're all over the roof. So there's a lot more men than what's in this room. So that's the danger that's being posed here. So what are we doing in this before we start the scene check?
Who drew that X? Is that you, John?
Al bearing it up. So Alonzo, as you see, is peering to the bar. It looks as if he's trying to get Yara, right? Zara's attention, but he's actually trying to see what bottles are still available back there.
Oh, on the so the full bar is there
Yeah,
behind her. That is.
and as Ben is hanging out behind him, Ben overhears, "We must figure out a way to get back there. It's so important."
And I'm trying to figure out if there's any way we can get her attention without anyone else seeing us.
You also notice at the bar there's a large Tarth. He's wearing a workman's apron. He's got lots of gadgets on his side, and he's drinking multiple double fisting flagons. There's commotion. You can hear commotion. You hear footsteps approaching. So that's why we have this minute.
Sure.
Which way's approaching from where?
They're approaching from somewhere over here. Basically, if you peer out, we'll have to make a check. But basically, you're hearing footsteps coming from this area towards you.
Okay, and the door is down there to the bottom left, correct?
This door here is right next to where Alonzo is. This is a a window flap.
Oh, that's the window flap, and up here's a door.
This is the door it's like a flapping door kind of deal.
I was thinking that was the window.
Yeah.
Darn.
The other one is a window down here
Okay.
that serves the other bar.
Yeah, I made that mistake last week, actually, because in the drawing, this one kind of looks more like a door.
It looks like a door.
Yeah.
Yep, that's why I was thinking they were reversed. That's
Yeah.
the
Service
window.
window.
All
Yeah.
right.
It seems our best bet is to cause a distraction and try to ambush whoever might come in this room.
What kind of distraction should we cause?
You let Alonzo handle that one.
No, I don't think I will. Alonzo,
That sounds dangerous.
you're going
Sounds
to
dangerous.
create a ruckus and try to get exactly one of these people to come in here, at which point we will start a fight with that person and then die when the rest of them come? What is the plan?
No. You misunderstand me, friend. I am going to go out there and bedazzle them with my magnificent cocktail skills.
You're gonna
I'm
go
going to
out?
create a party.
It's a bad idea.
If they
I
don't
think
believe
that's a
you,
good idea.
you know
Someone's coming. Let's just ambush that guy quietly and look.
Yeah,
I'm small enough. I could climb out this window. We could
Now you're talking.
come at them from different sides.
what? Well, that's true.
Multi-prong attack. Sounds wonderful.
There's so many people out there.
That's why I will get them drunk. While you slit their throats. What could go wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Everything. Everything could go wrong.
I have a brilliant plan.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Do you guys remember how a few minutes ago we came up through this trapdoor from a dungeon?
Yes.
Yes.
We could go back down into that trapdoor, walk through the dungeon again, exit the building through the grate, and never come back. That's a thing we could
That
do.
sounds like a boring plan.
Well,
Jesus.
I'd like
man.
the plan.
Live a
Didn't
little.
we get away with everything?
Well, I like the plan up until we disappear. I like the idea of going down there and going outside of the tavern, but not like running away like little wussies. I think we should, approach it from outside instead of being trapped in this room.
Okay, faster to talk out of character here, but what if we do all of these things? Someone
Yeah.
exits through the door, someone goes through the dungeon and comes up from the grate and enters the inn from the other way, and someone else exits the kitchen through the kitchen window. Then we
I like
have them
that.
surrounded.
Yeah, I like.
All right.
I was.
And
thinking,
then
sorry, go ahead.
The few,
What
the
is
mighty, the
the
brave.
what is the plan once we have them surrounded?
Good question.
Well, we could invoke the bees to start the distraction.
Okay.
Or
And what's your end goal? So you're gonna distract. Sounds like you're gonna split up, cause a distraction, and then are you trying to get upstairs, or what are you trying to do in the end?
So
we should
need
probably
to-
try to get an airship.
And then
So we gotta
use
say-
it to destroy the other airships.
Correct.
Oh, there we go.
That's a
Okay.
really good idea, but how are we going to accomplish this goal?
So, phase 1 will be getting all these guys distracted and
Uh-huh.
into like so that's what I said. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna get Yara out of there. I'm gonna replace her and start this like whole like entertainment thing, and that will hopefully pull that like crowd there.
Towards
While-
the second group.
While Lear and Lightfoot can sneak out through the door then to get upstairs to scout out the airship thing. And then Lear and the Thirsty can go down like a coward and backtrack and dimension door up or whatever he wants to do.
Alright.
And then we probably should send Ben with him though, just to make sure that he doesn't run away.
So this sounds like the perfect opportunity for a scene check. So a scene check, what a scene check does is instead of playing all this out turn by turn, which could take 3 hours, right? We don't have 3 hours. What we're going to do is resolve all of this in 3 rolls, okay? And now each roll is considered an act. Now, when we do a scene check, everyone is doing stuff. You can talk about whatever you want to do. I just need to know what each person is doing. That will characterize the nature of the role. And then each of you contribute to this role. And the better you roll, the better the outcome. If you roll poorly, I get to make mishaps occur, which will screw you over, okay? So in the first act, it sounds like we want to start on working on this distraction. So it sounds like Alonzo wants to impersonate a bartender and start drawing out some guys.
I basically want to come out like I own the place.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I should be there. Because like these guys, there's so many, they're like all contract workers.
They're,
like
they're,
not gonna
all
do
retainers.
exactly. So, I walk out there, I'm like, Yara,
You
Zara,
want to pretend you're part of this. Yeah.
stop messing around and pouring these weak ass drinks, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna like make a big booming voice
Got it.
and really just kind of like influence them, basically.
You're going to influence. Okay, so then what is everyone else doing to distract in this first act?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Thirsty has that portal door, correct?
Yeah. So you can use the dimension door, yeah.
So how far can you do that? Can you do that from outside the building to the top of the stairs?
Any spell has a range of sight, so whatever he can see, but the distance increases the MP. So if it's the entire scene, which is the encounter, then it costs 3.
Oh, we can't get to the
Because-
roof because I can't see the roof. But if I come to the let me position this. If I come to the kitchen
You're there.
window, can I then see through
Oh
the
yeah,
outside window?
Yeah.
Then we don't have to go back through the dungeon. We just zap right out there.
I like it.
Because I
Any-
could turn into something really small and invisible like a flea,
Mhm.
and I can get to the top of the stairs as well.
So what you're gonna what are you gonna do to participate in the distraction? You don't have to, but are you participating in the distraction? That's
I think that me and Thirsty should get past all of this room and get to the roof.
So you guys are gonna work on getting out.
That's what I think
If
too.
Thirsty agrees, I think that we should go for upstairs, avoid all of these guys, and try.
So that will be Act 2, which will be getting up to the roof.
So for Act 1, we're both just getting out of here.
You're gonna get out of the area.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay. So what am So
what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Exactly. Yeah. You can still participate in this distraction as you're trying to get out of the area.
Yeah. So I'm going out. I'm making a big scene. I'm drawing the attention to the bar.
Yeah.
And then that means that you guys can. You'll be able to open up the door to the window to get your line of sight. But in the process of that, is there anything that you guys could do to help me?
Yeah.
Make this more, and also more help Jafar and Beetle.
Yeah, because you still have to get Jafar out, and I don't know if you intend to help Zara, but you've got to get Jafar out. You have the Amber Dwarf with you, so we've got people approaching. So as part of that distraction, we got to deal with all that.
Yeah, so Jafar and the Amber Dwarf can come with me.
So they're going to teleport.
I'm just going to portal right out.
You're going to walk through the door. Okay.
I'm going to grab Lear and Lightfoot. Like, you're very crafty. Perhaps you could whip us up some disguises to make it to sell the piece. There's plenty of things around here.
That I can do.
All right, so you guys are going to work together on the distraction, the influencing, and the disguises.
So
I can do
Thirsty, we're gonna say, just to be clear, Thirsty and me are going to take Fat Bottom and the dwarf with us.
Yes, through the dimension door.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
if you want to go, is your plan to go outside and up somehow, or are you going to go up through the stairs, the second floor, and then to the roof?
Because you can see the top of the stairs, can't you, Thirsty? From the door?
can, but if I put a dimension door there, the whole room's going to see it open.
It's true.
Oh.
Unless you as part of the scene, you create a distraction so they're not paying attention.
Maybe
not looking.
The spacing is a little weird for that. We could try it if we want to wait for Alonzo to come out. Hold on.
Do his bit.
Come out this way and then somehow get all the way over here and draw attention this direction. Then I could dimension door to the stairs.
Yeah. Okay. So so it sounds like we've got this. We don't have to plan it out perfectly. We want to get the gist of the scene. So now I'm going to establish the stakes here, because if you roll really poorly, something will happen, and if you roll at success at a cost, something else will happen. So to me, this sounds like a form of deception. So this is a death check ultimately. Okay, and we're gonna split up the roll. Now, in terms of what could happen, that's bad. I think at success at a cost, some of the men don't believe you, and then they start to question you, and this creates a little bit of chaos because they're gonna start closing in on you. Okay, which could create an alert and then summon more men potentially from upstairs. If you roll really poorly, they don't believe your disguise at all. And they immediately seize one of the NPCs, and we'll determine which one that is. Okay, so those are the stakes. So to break down this roll, who is the person who's conducting the action? To me, it sounds like Alonzo is starting this because he's the one who's creating the ruckus.
Initially, I was, but I feel like at this point now, because we've changed up the plan. My plan was initially just to try to get these guys drunk. But now it seems like we're creating a distraction with them drinking while we deftly move up. Like before,
it sounds like you're the one leading the role because you're the one that's actually talking to all these people and drawing them in with your bartending.
Yeah, but that's not slick though. That's more forceful.
But it sounds like the rest of this is a deception. I don't think this is a mighty check.
Okay.
So it'd be a death check. So it sounds like you're doing the roll. So you're going to roll the d6. Okay.
Sure. Fine.
Then I need another person to give me the attribute itself. So it sounds like any three of you can give me the attribute, but who do you think was giving me the attribute, the death roll, the death number itself?
The disguise.
The disguise, right? Because that's what they're looking at. All right. So that would be Lyran Lightfoot's giving me her deft. Okay.
So
and then I need someone to add a skill.
What my def number is?
What's the deft? Yeah.
It's +4.
4. Okay, so we got 4. We've got the D6. Now, is there a skill we're adding to this? And that can come from Fen or Lyran the Thirsty. And any skill that makes sense could be added to the scene.
If part of the scene is us just teleporting across the room,
Magic.
I could add sorcery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we
I
can
do
also
have
add a story tag.
specialists. I do have specialist in disguises.
Well, you're
That's not-
adding the depth, so you've
Yeah.
already contributed, yeah.
Oh, right,
So
right,
we
right.
got sorcery. Now we can add a story tag to this as well. And Patty as Fen is the one who can add that story tag, if we want to add a story tag.
Okay, so what exactly?
So one of your 2 story tags from your conflict can be added.
You're talking about my love struck and my recluse?
Under love or recluse is your conflict. So it's one of those 2 story tags. The others
You
are
get 360 vision back. You can uncheck that for now because that would apply. I would think.
I mean, that would make sense because you're on the lookout and helping people go through
Yeah.
the portal safe, quietly, right?
Right, so I would be the one making sure, using my 360 vision to
Right.
make sure that we are not spotted and everybody is in the right place. And
You're kind of the project manager of this.
Yes,
Right? You got the big overview.
to make sure that it can go as smoothly as possible.
All right. So it sounds like we're ready to make this roll. So let's
Cool.
get the D6. Let's add it all up and see how far we get.
All right, so I'm rolling
Higher the
D6
better.
now.
Yep.
That's a 6.
Nice. That explodes.
That is a 1. How did I know that
was
was gonna
critical?
All right, rolling to confirm
Critical
critical.
failure.
No, 6 and a 4. All right,
Yeah.
so 7 from me,
Plus your 4.
the 4 from Lyran Lightfoot,
11.
plus 2, so that's 15.
15. All right, great. So you have achieved what's called an exceptional success. Okay. So that means I'm going to add a GM advantage. So what I'm going to do is that you did this in such a well coordinated fashion. You got out there. Tell me what you said to these men as you pulled them over.
So I go out there and I'm like, Zara, you're needed back in the dishwashing station
like
where you belong.
Very worried. And then she kind of goes back to the
Fucking girl,
kitchen.
girl. Jesus Christ, dude. And I kind of scooting her out.
She
Yeah, meanwhile,
goes
like,
to the kitchen.
I imagine that Lyran Lightfoot created some weird
Yeah, what was the
suit or-
disguises?
I don't know. I leave it in.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe I changed him completely. You know, he's looking real spiffy. He's wearing a bow tie and he's looking real good. You know, no cowboy hat. I took that with his comb. You know, slick back hair.
Big
Nice.
turban for some
Give
reason.
him a little
As a matter of
mustache.
Finally, good service in this place.
And
So you got
I straight up cocktail it. Like I'm flipping, I'm doing the whole Tom Cruise thing. I do have mixology.
all the men are coming over and they're like, I want one of those. I want 2. And the talk is like, forget them. Give me all of them.
And I'm telling lewd limericks. And it's a whole thing. But at one point I set them up for shots and I tell them that I gotta pull them over to the table. So I bring them over to the table and I say we're gonna start a game, and I start a drinking game.
Okay.
And then I move away to get through the portal as well.
So you've moved them. Okay, great. So then now, Fen, what was the nature of why you orchestrated this so cleanly? Were you telling people to be in queues at the right spot? What was your
Right, exactly. So I've got the order so that we can get the slowest ones in between so that we're not delayed. I've got Faht Bottom there because you can't see, right? So I got Faht Bottom and this angry dwarf, and we're got it all coordinated. And I'm putting everybody in order.
Perfect. And then
And you gotta handle the beetle too.
That's true. And the beetle squeezes out of the room, slowly tinking behind the bar, and you see you're on the saddle. So seriously, when you throw the portal, what's the nature of the magic? Does anything go sideways while you're doing it?
No, I think the one part of the plan that Lyran didn't account for in advance was Alonzo sending Zara into the kitchen at the same time that I'm trying to cast the portal. So I'm getting all ready to send it, and then she's just in the way, and I have to do whoop.
And you throw it around her.
Yeah.
And then you probably I'm sure Fen turns her around and sends her back to her.
Yeah,
I
and
do.
so then she's
And
just
I grab
upstairs
her,
all of a
I grab her
sudden.
by the scruff of her her apron and I put her in line. And I'm saying, "You're going with us. Don't ask any questions.
What's happening? Ah! And then she goes,
Don't ask any
"All right."
questions." And she sees her
Wait.
dad, and it's the whole thing. Just shush.
We
Go.
I just want to add, to do this, Fen would have to be standing on a counter as a nin. It's like-
Well, she's
on the
standing on the
beetle.
beetle block. Yeah, she's
on
the
the
beetle.
beetle.
The beetle.
oh, and the beetle.
So she looks like she's behind the counter and tall.
Yep, I'm on the beetle.
All right. So my GM advantage is I'm gonna keep. So you have touch momentum. We're carrying advantage forward. So in the second act, you have advantage on the roll. All right. So now we've got the men distracted. They're drinking. You've gone through the portal. You're entering the second story. Okay.
Okay.
Now, as we're going up into the second story, I'm actually going to bring that map up because we've sidestepped this area, and we'll continue the scene check as we go forward. Let me just bring up this
Good job, team.
map.
Except for Alonzo, who's still downstairs.
No, I was
He jumped in the portal last second.
came back. I
okay.
set him up with a drinking game, and I came in and used the portal. And literally, I catch it. Like I just imagine. I imagine that Lyran the Thirsty sees me coming in. He's like, "Oh fuck!" He's like trying to cancel it before he can get in, and like
That's correct. Yeah.
we both squeeze in at the same time.
Also, I like to imagine from Zara's perspective, she sees some rando order her into the kitchen. She comes into the kitchen, is immediately shoved into a portal, and then we all stagger out after her, and I go, magic.
Dad?
Oh my god. All right, so I'm going to put you all on this map now. And now you've gone up the stairs. Actually, you're on this part. I just dropped you over here. You're on the second floor. We're gonna carry the scene check forward, so we're in Act 2. But let me just put you all here.
I do like the visual for the scene check.
It's pretty good. All right, who am I missing here? We got Zara and Jafar. All right. And is that everyone? And the beetle.
Yeah, huge beetle.
Everybody?
Yep, I think
Yep.
so.
All right.
Oh,
yeah,
is
dead body.
Takis there? Oh, that's
Which
Takis.
one?
We're missing our dwarf.
Oh yes, the dwarf. Where is he? Where's my amber dwarf? The dwarf is like, "What powerful sorcery! I am impressed. You have my axe."
They're just parlor tricks, really.
Thank you very much for your kind words, Sir Dwarf. Pay no attention to my idiot brother-in-law.
When I was young, I once vacationed in the Magic City and served among the many houses there as a mechanic.
Here, drink this. You just try to shut him up. I just give him a shot of whiskey.
All right, so you're here now. Now, as soon as you get up the stairs are creaky when you get up the stairs. You're hearing movement and commotion. Not commotion, movement. You're hearing a thump, and then you're hearing some talking, and you're hearing dragging noises. And you're literally at the top of the stairs here. So as we're going to see the second scene check, you're hearing the talking approaching. And you hear the men saying, "Oh, this damn captain is so heavy. We should take his armor off." "Well, why didn't you think about that first, Gerald? What's wrong with you? Put him down." You hear a thump, and now you're hearing some clinking and unlatching of armor.
So we hear them approaching from where? From this
From
floor
this
or from
direction.
above?
So just so we can give a layout here, this is the direction where you're hearing sound coming from.
On
I
the
didn't
floor,
black it out.
In one
Yeah.
of the rooms, probably.
It seems to be in the hallway. And then this is the staircase leading up to the airship docks themselves.
Got it.
And there are a number of rooms. These appear to be all the inn rooms where people would be sleeping, and they're approaching. They'll be here literally and within a minute, within a round, which begins our second scene check. But I want to know what's everyone doing in this moment.
I think it is now Lyran the Thirsty's turn to be a big old liar.
Oh, great.
I think without a moment to really plan with everyone, I think I would just sort of stagger into the hallway and act drunk and try to just be a distraction, but also block up the hallway with my body so they can't get past.
Got it. So it sounds like in this second scene check, we're trying to quietly get through to the the final floor. Is that what we're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And create it's another distraction as the scene check. What else does everyone else think?
Should we start a distraction and then jump these two guys? It's only two of them.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if you distracted a couple of other of us could just snipe them.
Oh, so maybe
Right.
Thirsty comes out and makes a ruckus, and then
Yeah.
you guys are gonna attack
And
them.
they're
Yeah, I
like,
can
"Who are
sit
you?"
down
And, like,
and shoot with
I
my
see.
bow and stuff.
Got it. Okay. So that sounds okay. So then, and now both of you will be working on that, Cindy and Patty.
Yeah.
Lightfoot and friends. You're going to be shooting at them.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I don't have I have throwing stars, but
Unless we want to invoke the bees to try to sting them both.
It's true. You could do that.
might be more
Use that
useful
option
up.
as well.
Might be more useful up top.
It might be. Yeah. Just another option.
send a dwarf in, send him head first. So I was thinking though, as Liren gets their attention, I could pop out and I could mass manipulation the guy they're trying to carry.
Oh, make him even heavier.
Really
Okay.
heavy. So they're like, "Who are you?" And they're like, "What the fuck?" Like they can't because the guy's arm
Okay.
is extra heavy.
So Thirsty pops out, gets their attention. You make their man even heavier to carry, so they can't pick him up. They put him down, and then they get sniped.
yeah, then do some
Okay.
Do either of you have
Does that sound good?
Yep.
The plan.
Works for
All
me.
right.
So one Ben has weapon missile, so she has precision, and Liren Lightfoot has weapon lights, has disarm. as
Okay.
skills. To say, so they can like actually come in and like
They disarm them for their weapons, and then they quietly knock them out with attacks. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking I want to add a wager to this act. Now, a wager is something that is happening in the scene that you can take advantage of. You don't have to, but if you do, it gives you some sort of benefit, but it makes the roll harder. I'm going to say as a wager, let me remove this fog here. This door is actually open to this room, and you see a man inside, and he's rummaging through, because you can kind of see through the angle where you guys are. He's rummaging through this desk, and it seems to be a lot of belongings, and you see the glint of different kinds of treasures. Thirsty and whoever here is a spellcaster, I think just Thirsty. Some of those treasures are emanating magic. So that's my wager. If you want to take advantage of that by also getting what's in that room.
okay.
Now, what's at risk in this scene, a couple things. Obviously, if you make too much of a commotion, if one of you flubs, you're going to alert the guards, and one of them will escape, getting up to the docks to let them know that you're here. If you do really poorly, I'm going to take one of your NPCs. All right? I know you have advantage on this roll. So it sounds like... Now, let's see. It sounds like in terms of the roll, I want to say it's deft again, because it's a coordination copy of deft weapons, also a distraction in terms of deceiving people.
Yeah.
And then the magic involved is meant to just stall them.
Yeah.
So I think
it's a mind
overall,
magic, but
yeah.
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like a depth check. That's going to be at advantage. The person who's leading the action in this case, it sounds like Thirsty kicks this off. So
Yeah.
he's the one who pops out and starts the whole deception. So
Now,
he's
I-
rolling
Doing the roll.
I have numerous story tags related to my compulsive
Oh.
lying.
Okay. Do you want to provide a story tag instead?
Yeah, I think I'd like
All right.
to do that. Because that's going to
So
give a
then
big bonus, right?
I would say one of the Lightfoot or Fen would be leading the action if they're not. If you guys are going to be subordinate to them.
So, if Lightfoot is running in with a light weapon to disarm, could that
Yeah.
be actually like the initiation of the?
Oh, or charging out. Well,
Yeah.
we got Thirsty. He's going to run out first and
Okay.
create.
I expect like to lead the action.
Eventually, you're going to lead the charge. Maybe you disarm them with
Yeah,
your
that's-
weapon, and the other one shoot at them.
So acting first chronologically doesn't necessarily make me the leader, is what we're saying.
Right. It's kind of like narratively who's most important in the scene, basically.
Okay, yeah, I do not think it's me. I think I just am the quickest
You're part
one to
of the plan.
jump in front of people and start lying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So, who's on the beetle? Fen, right? So,
Yep.
Fen, you're leading the action. You're going to roll a d6. Now, you have advantage because you are a Nim on deft and on the d6. Now, you got advantage from the previous scene, so that gives you doubled advantage in this case. You're going to roll 3d6 and take the best result. Now, we need to get a stat. I'm going to take the stat of deft. Let's see. Who's going to give that to me? I feel like
Liren, right? Lightfoot, right?
maybe Lightfoot's going to give me the stat. Yep.
What is Lightfoot's deft?
+4.
Because mine's +5.
Ooh.
Oh well, then Lightfoot would be the one maybe leading the action by shooting out ranged attacks.
Fen
we wanna
is the
do?
one that's doing the precision shot. So that
That's
would be
right.
the
That's
one.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So we could use the +4.
So we'll take. So which one are we taking? The 5 or the 4 here?
4.
The 4.
Okay.
Okay.
No, we use the 5 to run the scene. The roll will be done by Lightfoot.
Okay.
That's coming
So-
in.
We'll take the 5. We've got the dice coming from Lightfoot.
Yep.
And then, do we have a skill we can add to this?
I'm going to add psionics because that's the spell I'm using.
Psionics
to make
makes
armor
sense.
heavy to add extra distraction. To
And
set
our
up
story
ahead.
tag from the lying.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have a flaw of compulsive liar, where
Oh, you don't want the fall tag.
So those
No,
are weaknesses.
that's going to hurt. Well,
you
I
want
have
a
similar.
story tag
I have a similar one.
or conflicts.
Conflict tag,
Yeah.
which is overcompensator. I lean hard into charisma to. Throw
Oh,
people
so you're
off
like
the
really
ring.
gesticulating and being
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, now do we want to take advantage of the treasure that's glinting in that room?
So, can you explain to the
wager.
class what the target number would be with and without it?
Yeah. So we're on the scene, second scene. So get a clean success, we would need a 13. Then if you take the wager, it'll be a 15 that you need.
We have
Um,
advantage and some buffs, but that's still pretty high.
We have double advantage. We have 5. Oh, hey, there's my balloon.
Right. How'd you do that?
So we have the very least we could hit horribly would be a 10. So that's 2 + 2 + 5. That's 9 + 1 from the roll without critically failing.
Yeah.
So, and then also we have a bunch of fate points that no one has used that you can use to explode dice and make like. I say we go for it personally.
Okay. We haven't used
No
this.
one's used. You each have 3 fate points. I have 2 for me.
So are we taking the wager?
Shall we do
Yeah, I think we should.
it? Why not?
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Now,
Okay.
as it is my right in the rules of the scene check, I'm going to use one of your weaknesses against this roll as
There we
well. So I'm going to use, in fact, your confabulator, one of your confabulator weaknesses against you, which will give a -2 to the roll at the end. So the 15, but there's a -2 applied to it. All right.
All right.
All right. So let's get it off. How are you getting the treasure? What exactly are you doing in the scene to get the treasure?
I think that's up to Alonzo because I'm going right past that door.
Well, I see after I cast my spell, I see it, and I'm like, I have a whip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just strangulate the guy. Like I'm
You're gonna go in the room and strangle the guy.
Yeah, and like so
Like,
after
take
they take their shots, and he's like, "What?" I'm just like, "Hello," and I'm gonna like strangle. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock him up and put him
All
in
right.
a little,
Let's see how it goes. So let's get
Poor dude.
let's get that D6 roll first. So that's light
Okay.
rolling 3d6 to take the best.
All right. All right. I rolled a 5. You guys want
All
me
right.
to use a fate die?
Wait, so
We'll see
you
how
rolled,
it goes
you rolled
out.
3 dice?
I rolled 3. One of them's a 5.
Okay,
Alright, so we take the 5. We've got a 5 from Fen shooting off, doing her disarming, so that's 10.
10.
And then we have +2 from
Yep.
your spell, or from psionics.
Yep.
All right, so it's 12, and then 13, 14 from
Yep.
the story tag. You took the wager, and then so -2 would be back to 10, right? No, 12. Sorry, 12. All right.
Yeah.
So 12 is our total here.
So we're 3 away.
All right, so 12. So in that case, that puts you at just under success at a cost.
So
Let's spend
Now
those
we
fate
can
points.
use
Huh?
our fate points to get that to the 3, right?
you can explode a
If you want to.
die. Mhm.
So
So you can
why
roll
don't
that die again.
why don't I use my one of mine
All right.
to explode the die?
And what are you doing that changes it? So what you notice what's happening is he starts. So let's let the scene before you explode that die.
Sure.
Thirsty, you run out, and what do you say to these men as they're taking the armor off of what looks like Captain Cutter?
Oh my God, you guys! It's so loud downstairs. I wouldn't even go down there if I were you. They gave me something made out of honey, and I just had so much, and now everything's so loud There's a dead body in the kitchen. I don't even know who put that there. Honestly, I think it's probably
Who the hell is
against
that guy? Get
code.
that fuck.
Isn't there some sort of health code violation about having dead bodies in the kitchen?
He's drunk. Stuff him in one of the rooms and slit his throat when they stand up. So at that moment, I assume then you cast the picking Captain Cutter.
Yeah.
He drops, and they're like, "What the hell?" And then the attacks rush out from Lightfoot and Fen. So, Fen, is that when you rush in?
I'm gonna rush in with my bow and
It's like
go.
pinion him. All right, and then sorry, that was Fen. And Lightfoot, you're charging in with on the creature, or which one's on the creature?
With the
Give me a visual of what's happening here.
Oh yeah, well I was just like peeking around this corner, and I'm not sure how the disarming thing works. So, am I coming in and taking their weapons? Is that
You can describe it. This is all a scene check.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll come in and I'm dodging around Alonzo and ducking, around, behind Thirsty, grabbing the one guy's weapon, ducking like between the legs of the other guy and grabbing the other guy's weapon.
Get
him on the other side over here.
And you're taking their weapons. Where'd he go? Oh, and he gets stabbed by Fen.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And now, as you're strangling the guy, Alonzo, because we took the success at a cost, this is what before we rolled the fate point. You're strangling him, he's turning blue, but then he elbows you. You let him go for a second. He slows down and he runs around the corner of the room. He's trying to go up the stairs. And that would be the success at a cost, unless you explode this die.
I'm scrambling at his feet, like trying to flopping around, trying to catch his feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna explode the die.
You know, is it 3 we need?
3? Yeah, 3 more.
Right.
It's a 6% chance.
Clean
Go.
through that.
Okay, so I re-roll.
So
You just roll a d6.
this is Patty's rolling.
Yeah.
No, wait,
Well-
Patty's wait.
Patty's
Whoever spent the
the
fate
one
point.
you roll.
Yeah, whoever spent the fate point rolls.
Okay, so I'll roll.
Yep.
Sorry, Fen, not Patty.
I got a 6.
Oh wow, that explodes!
Yeah, so
roll again.
Wow. All right.
Could be a 1.
and then I got a 3.
All right. So what's our grand total here?
21 is the total.
21. Jesus. All right. So that's not legendary. Then at second act, that's extraordinary. So that gives you a player advantage. So a player advantage is like a fate point applied to this scene in particular. So you guys can decide as a group what else happens in this scene that is to your advantage.
Me and Betsy tackle that guy that's running to the stairs.
Charge over. Oh no! What the hell? Oh!
Me and the bug are on top of this guy who's trying to get to the stairs.
Stop
And I'll
stabbing
just
me!
take an arrow without even to put it in my bow, just the arrow and stab him.
Stab and kill him. Oh,
Yeah.
He dies. All right.
Yeah.
What else do we get out of the scene? Yes.
Airship keys pop out of his bag.
Oh, airship
Yeah,
keys.
yeah.
He was one of the pilots of the airship, and he have his keys now. So you can add to your inventory airship keys. All right. So that concludes Act 2. Now you do get a treasure.
I was gonna say, yeah, what was in the room?
Yes. So let me give you that treasure. Actually, let me go into the sheet here and roll randomly and see what you picked up. All right. We go to magic treasure. All right. I'm not going to give you a consumable. All right. So you found interestingly enough, a turban with a jewel on it, and it's emanating magic.
That's racist.
This is what I rolled. It's literally the icon. Now you don't know what a magic item is until you have time to identify it. But it's a hat. It's a hat. It's tan colored and has a jewel in the center of it.
I'm gonna grab it from Alonzo and put it on my head.
You immediately put it on.
You see me
Absolutely.
walking out, I'm like looking at my hat, and he just swipes it from me.
This
wow,
is
all right.
stylish
Rude.
as hell. Thank you, Alonzo.
So once you put it on, you feel lightheaded a little bit. And I'm looking at the description here, but then it seems like you're not sure how this functions. You actually need time to understand how it functions, but it seems like you have a really great understanding of what's in this room. Like you feel as though with this this jewel is lighting up. Like you feel like you have oversight in this room. Like you don't see anything unusual about the room, but you just feel empowered with knowledge when you look at it. So you'll need
Wow,
some time
this
to understand
place
this.
is going to suffer some dry rot in a couple of years.
Yes, things like this kind of. It's like
So
you're
much semen.
you're seeing. It's almost like if you had a black light in your head right now, kind of.
Ah, I don't know
Yeah.
what all these colors are. I'm walking out.
So add to your inventory unidentified. Just add an item for now that's unidentified magic item, and when you identify it, I'll let you know what it is. Just to remind me, put PB down as a reference.
Okay.
What about our homie here that was
Oh, okay. So yeah, let's pause the scene before we move into the third act. So those guys are dead. The two that were carrying him. There's the third guy who was in the room was also dead because she stabbed him with an arrow. All right, so I'm gonna put him here.
Oh, wait,
So that's Captain Cutter. This was the swarthy warrior that was drinking with the woman downstairs. He seems to be completely unconscious. And he's snoring.
that's no good.
There's chatter
he's
between
in
Jafar
pain.
and Zara. They're embracing. They're happy to see each other again. Yuri she's milling about, looking in and out of rooms, trying to find stuff. You see her running around.
She's in the chat, by
and-
the way. Hi, Yuri.
Oh, she's here? Yeah, she's running around. She's taking stuff. And the Emerdorf has sat down and he's drinking. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
Oh, me? No, I said it. She's in the chat.
I think Lightfoot was talking about what she
Oh, I was saying the person they were carrying is one of the captains that had arrived earlier.
Yes.
Is what you're
He
saying?
was downstairs with you guys, yeah.
So
Uh,
he got
we should
stung by a bee.
Mm-hmm.
We should wake this guy up. We could use all the help we can get.
I don't
He
know.
also- He's an airship up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I could try to wake him up magically using my maleficence and just hope it does something that wakes him up.
I'm gonna slap him across the face. Whack.
Oh, that works. That works too.
He snorts and he's snoring very loudly. He's unconscious. Doesn't seem to work. Your little hands, not enough to wake him up.
Does he
All
look
right,
as though he is magically sleeping?
He doesn't seem to be. He doesn't have a magical aura on him. But there is a puncture in his neck that is green, bright green.
Can
Oh, he's probably been poisoned by one of your bee friends.
Yuri comes over and she says, "Yep, that definitely looks like a bee bite."
You mean
Can I-
cactus.
claim a consumable of an adrenaline shot?
Sure.
So yeah, I like one tick, and I look through my trench coat or whatever and pull out the syringe. And I just stab it into
His heart.
Yeah.
The adrenaline courses through his veins. He gasps loudly, but then he slumps back to sleep again. And he's snoring again.
Son of a bitch.
This person has been poisoned.
Well, Balin, do you mind carrying this fellow?
Oh, all right. It's a little bit of a lift, but I think I can handle it. And he
Of
puts
course
the
you
armor
can.
back
Look at those
on.
muscles.
And he's just like a tiny, lump underneath.
Ooh, the muscles.
He's like, "My queen, I see that you admire me. Perhaps I can be your liege when this is over."
Well, let's not be hasty.
Hit the brakes, my guy.
And then Jafar
50% off.
he creeps over and he puts his hands on the body. He's like, "He's very clammy. I wonder what nature of poison they have used."
Right, well, it came from those mechanical bees. She wasn't able to find out what kind of chemical it was, huh?
Who?
Yuri?
Yuri.
Oh.
Takis?
Yuri Takis says, I don't care about poisons. All I care about is machines.
Can you get his armor?
You're asking Takis?
Yeah, can you get that off of him and make something cool out of it? Actually, save your attention for flying the airship.
I mean, I could try. Do you have 25 minutes? And a capacitor?
We're
I
about
think I have
to.
a capacitor.
Let's get him up to the roof.
All right.
Between the dwarf and the mechanon, the automaton, whatever the hell she's got with her. What's his name? Fuckwit? Right.
Come here. And
Fuck.
he starts to take off.
Are you
some of his
talking about the
armor.
robot beetle?
Yeah, they could. No, the robot.
That's
The
me.
robot. The robot.
He's not a
The
robot.
purple
He's my
thing.
best friend.
Okay, they're not mutually exclusive.
I think they're more than friends. Just
It's
saying.
derogatory to call him a robot.
See the way they look at each other.
Alonzo, you're saying things for no reason again.
I'm speaking the truth.
Are
Do
you?
not censor me, sir. You lick spittle.
That's disgusting.
I'll have you know that I am a high person. By
You're
definition, a higher
idiot,
person than you.
Kite. I don't need
I'm gonna
your-
climb
I
three
do not hear
stairs.
your low
and now
person
I'm higher
words.
than all of you.
What's that?
What's that?
I'm gonna climb 3 stairs and say, now I'm higher than all of you.
Over here.
Oh yeah.
See that? The proper Lyra knows what's up. We need to continue. We've wasted too much time here as it is with your silly little turban.
Stole my name.
It's
What are we doing?
pronounced Lyren.
No, it's Lyran.
You
My
ne-
apologies, Lyra.
Up we go.
never asked.
What an unusual bunch of adventurers. You hear Jafar saying Cesar, and she's like, well, at least we're reunited, my father.
We're not adventurers. This kind of just happened.
Like, either way, sometimes it is the case that you discover in yourself something you did not know was there.
Yes.
Yes, you. That's fine.
Often it is gas or indigestion. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go up.
Onward
So
and
you-
upward.
So as you go up the stairs, it's a long staircase that then leads to like kind of a landing, and then there's a few steps up before you can see an opening to the sky. When you get to that first landing, you can hear a lot of noise out there. You can hear heavy machinery moving. You can hear lots of talking, lots of things being moved around, like steam-powered machinery. You can hear the whirring of engines. And if you were to peek up, I'll let you see what's up there. But what I'm trying to get across though is there's a lot of activity there, and you can even hear footsteps moving right above where you're walking,
So-
where you're peeking out.
I have a question. So when I saw all these people, were there any NIM among these scavengers? There was.
Mhm.
So
There were
guys,
some
what
that
if
were
we-
dressed in lab coats.
What if we pretend like we're part of the scavenging group? There's so many people.
It seems
Maybe
like
we could
they,
just fit in.
they kind of recognize, though. They recognize that Thirsty wasn't part of.
Well, he's a high person.
There's no high people
I
up
didn't
there?
ask if there was high persons. I just asked if there was NIMS.
Yeah, I was gonna
There,
ask.
what you saw in terms of the origins up there, you saw Tarth, you saw Nim, lots of humans, and then there was the one clockwork, which is Edwin.
We could get 3 outfits below, and we could even put him in chains or something.
I have
Yeah,
a
we could
better
just steal
idea.
their clothes.
You
Go
three
down
go
and
up
go
and
back
act
on
as though
the
you are blue-collar workers of the sort that you probably are at other times in your life. And I will mount the stairs, stand with my hands behind my back, and just watch as though I am supervising.
And get shot.
Oh.
It
If
dawns
that
upon him
happens,
that
I
being shot is
will
a possibility.
improvise. Jason, this is not a rerun. I forgot to update the Twitch info.
Oh.
No worries.
Well,
Thank you.
because we're scavenging, we're stealing. What if we all pretend, except for Thirsty, that we are part of the scavenging group? We grab a crate or something and just start hauling it back to the main ship.
It
Well,
sounds
I
like a plan is forming.
And
of
maybe,
potentially mingling.
maybe we
Guys,
could
Lyra.
hide Thirsty. Or maybe Thirsty could be quote unquote unconscious and we're hauling him back to the ship.
No, then we have to carry him.
We still have to account for this giant beetle.
Oh, that's true. But I don't want to leave Betsy behind.
We could kill them all.
Well,
Jafar,
yeah, that's true, but how many are out there?
I don't
Well, we have a
know.
choke point right here.
All we have to really do to hurt them a lot is maybe collapse the ceiling that they're standing on. Attack us?
Jafar says, I would prefer that you not destroy my inn.
Okay, well,
Well,
I would
We'll do our
prefer
best.
that your
but-
inn not be the launching ground for the end of the world.
That is a fair point, Mr. Thirsty. Or actually, he says it properly. Of the house Thirsty. However, I think there may be unexpected guests with you, considering that you said there was a high person vessel.
Yes. Let me rummage my inventory.
He says if you're concerned about my beetle, I can send it safely back below.
Oh. Okay.
Perhaps we could.
I'm bonded with Betsy.
Betsy does like you. Like it's like chittering whenever you get near it and sit on it.
I like scratch behind its.
Like
Little carapace.
Yes, it's gross little carapace.
say never mind, I forgot.
What races were the people down below that we dispatched?
There were mostly humans. There was a Tarth down there, and there were a couple of Nim who were in lab coats.
No, in the hallway? Are you asking in the hallway there?
Oh, in the hallway, there were 3 humans you killed. They just look like different humans. They're wearing these men are wearing. I actually got a picture of that. They're wearing like kind of vagabondy, mercenary patchwork stuff. Let me see if I find a picture here. No, those are token scenes, images. This is kind of what these guys look like. They wear long cloaks, kind of patchwork armor. They're not really well fitted.
We could totally pull that off. Pull our hats low and just pretend
be
like
no
we're working hard.
There's plenty of rooms to rummage in, too, to find this. What do you think?
Cloaks, low hats.
Everybody, just
I can
discuss everyone.
I can wear one of the outfits, and you two can stand on top of each other and wear
Well,
another
could
one.
Thirsty pass?
Fantastic.
There's no need for that.
Could Thirsty pass as human?
I'm human-sized, right? If I had a hood
I
and
know.
cloak,
I'll just hide your ears. Like
yeah.
Well, if he had a nice hat or his turban.
they're wearing hats or his turban.
My
Um,
stylish as hell turban.
I remember what Jafar was going to say. He was going to say, if we wish to call my sandworm with my flute, I will need to be at the highest point of the structure so that it can be heard in the wind.
Oh,
But the music is silent, and it will take me some time to play.
Jafar, do you know of a different way to that highest point?
My inn is well defended from below, and there's a reason why I have not allowed any other way up other than scaling the walls. It is possible to scale them, but I believe you would be sighted.
Yes.
What if we were to once again plan a clever ruse and we don these disguises and pull up Jafar and Zara as captives on behalf of one Felix Underwood? The beetle will have to shapeshift or something. I don't know. I don't deal with that. I'm more the mind, not know the physical.
I still think that Felix is innocent in all this. I cannot believe he would lie to me.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Jesus Christ. I'm going to slap his cock out of your mouth.
No, that's not the way it would have gone.
That's what you wish you had gone. I've seen your journal.
Jafar says,
What?
the high person of the house Thursday makes important points that the security of the realm is at risk if we fail. And I am prepared to put my own life at risk if that's what it would take. And then Zara says, no, Father, we could leave this place. We could go to the Oasis and perhaps call upon the Amity.
And he says, "Oh, Zara, you must understand when you get older that you must seize the moment to make change in this world."
Yeah.
It's very wise.
Or the running away idea. The way I figure it, if we don't live near any large population centers, we should be safe from whatever explosives they plan to drop.
When I was a young man,
I'm
people
kidding. All right, it was just an
would never
idea.
stand for this.
It was just an idea.
I believe you're a champion, First Day. Your
Well.
ancestors, they fought hard in the skies against our enemies. I was not there at the time, but my great-grandfather, whose name was Balin the First, his father's father, whose name was Balin the First, he was the first of his name.
I would like to hand him more booze.
Oh,
That item.
this is great.
Exactly.
I'll have you know that I am 3,000 years old and I was in those wars.
Oh, you must have known Balin the First.
Absolutely, yes. He was a fine fellow. We used to play, well, it wasn't poker back then. We had a different game. But yeah, we played cards a lot.
It is an honor to serve alongside you, First Day. Servant of Balin the First, or friend of Balin the First, who was my father's father's father.
Absolutely. That's the thing that I am, yes.
Now, we will behead all of our enemies, this is right? And he pulls out his axe.
I pull out my palm pistol. Yes, beheadings abound.
And Jafar, like, he's looking at Zara, and she's just looking back and forth.
Zara, don't worry. We're gonna figure out a way out of this without everyone dying.
She's like, I hope so.
Also, I'm actually 35.
That's right, he is really young. Alright, so what are we doing?
So I'm wondering
Yes.
if Liren peeks out there, if there might be someplace he can see that he could teleport us.
Do you want to take a peek out there? There's a risk if you do.
We have the keys.
That's what I would like to do, yes. I'd like to first, before I look out there, take a good look at the keys. See if there's any identifying thing on the keys that can help me figure out which airship they're for.
We'll toggle.
These keys, as you're thumbing through them, they don't look like this man should have been holding them. He's probably conveying them to someone else.
Okay.
Because the keys are very ornate. They're of high-person design. They appear to be control keys, so they control like different piloting mechanisms in a high-person airship.
And there's
So it's
one
not
of
in the
those out
captain.
there from what we saw before.
Hmm.
Okay, you are all my prisoners.
The fuck I am.
Alonzo, you can be my bag boy. Here.
Gradually.
So it sounds like a plan is forming. What's the scheme here? This is Act 3. It sounds like Act 3 is to get up there without being noticed. Is that your overall plan?
I will walk out. I think, well, if the plan now is to act like we belong on that airship,
Yeah.
I think the plan is just stroll out, spinning the keys around my finger and whistling, while Alonzo and I drag everyone else along like prisoners.
I think we do Zara and Balin and Jafar, like all like Chewbacca style,
Okay.
logged up. And then the two of you are going to be standing on each other.
Yeah, what's you guys are planning on impersonating, right?
I think that we should just impersonate mercenaries rather than try to balance
Assistants.
shoulders.
These hired help.
One trope at a time. All right. We're doing a pocket trope.
So we're
Not
thinking
using the pressure.
maybe not reveal yourselves openly, disguise yourselves as part of the crew that are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Act like we
Part
belong.
of the scavengers.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't think
Needle.
Mm-hmm. Teleporting is the thing in this moment because, yeah, I think the plan depends upon just looking like we're part of that high person crew.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, so let's define this a little bit. So it sounds like Lightfoot and Fen are going to take the clothing of these mercenaries and try to look like them. Is that the case?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And we know there are Nim out there, so it won't be too weird. All the Nim are wearing different kinds of clothing, but there are retainers potentially who could be Nim, right? So Alonzo, what are you doing in this situation? This context?
I mean, apparently I'm holding the bag right now, but I mean, we
We also have Zara. We got to figure out what to do with Jafar, the beetle, and Amber Dwarf.
I thought we were going to pretend that Jafar, the dwarf, and
And
Zara
Zara.
were
Prisoners. So we still want to go with that.
Yeah.
Got
we're
it.
going to move to this main ship,
Got it.
and then if we could also conceal Jafar to be able to play the flute as we're walking, that would be good.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Like I'm gonna create a distraction around him. Like I'm gonna continue to I'm gonna hide in plain sight by actually engaging as we're walking to the
Are you going to
guy.
be dressed as you are, or dressed as one of these men?
I am so there was 3 costumes available, right?
Yeah, and let's not forget we have Takis with us too.
True. Takis is there as well.
We also have that guy's armor.
Yeah. He's wearing heavy chainmail armor.
So I think if Lear the Thirsty was to take one costume, I was to take the other.
Mhm.
I think we could rip up the third to fit the nib.
Okay. So you're
I
gonna
was actually going to suggest the same that we
Got it.
Yeah, we kind of just piecemeal it, take different parts and add different things. They're all
Exactly.
So who's minding the prisoners? Or you're all escorting the prisoners, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah.
happening then to the beetle, and what's happening to Takis, and what's happening to
Well, we gotta do something with the beetle.
yeah, what's happening with that?
And I think if we had an ability that could shapeshift something into something else, maybe
What are you thinking?
maybe we could change the beetle into
a
something
person?
else.
I only have 4 magic points left.
And just so you know, any magic points spent in the scene check, you don't have to spend those because it's just part of the scene. So you can get those back if you spend them for that.
Oh, okay. I did
Yeah.
not know that. I spent the ones from the last scene. Okay.
Yeah, so you're
So-
good there.
Yeah, well, I can absolutely shapeshift someone, but into what? Like, what are you thinking?
A prisoner. Just
Or,
another
like,
prisoner.
Fucking
Shapeshift the
jackals. I don't know. But that spell's pretty. The spell's pretty loosey goosey there. Once you put some MP into it, which you don't need to.
You know what?
Yeah, what do you want them to be?
You
How
can make
many
it into
targets for every 2 MP? How many targets can I cast this on at once?
What does it say exactly?
It says a single target, but if I upcast like
yeah,
multiple,
then 1 second. So in OSR Plus, spells will, if they specifically indicate the number of targets, then that overrides the global logic of it being 1 MP per target.
Okay. I will shapeshift Takis into another high person.
Oh, okay. As a
without the
prison.
beetle.
What about the beetle? I mean, we can bring the beetle
Well,
too.
What
I could
about
bring the
Takis
beetle
to,
as a high person.
What is it, Bip Bop or whatever?
I would say turn the beetle
Back.
into like a fucking chest or something, and have Takis' robot carry it, and like make it look like it's like we're bringing up a prize or something. I don't
That's
know.
not a bad idea.
Do you want to
then
take
that
a
would
peek
be
at the floor above to get a sense of what you're up against?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. No, there's a risk. Unless you can mitigate the risk, there's a risk of being spotted when you peek out
Well,
there. So
can
how
we
do you
send
peek out
Laren Lightfoot, the stealthy rogue, up there to peek?
there? You
with-
can, but there'll be a check unless
Wait.
you can mitigate that check.
Can't
Well,
Finn
what if
turn
I
into a
sneak
tiny
up
flea and
again?
look?
That'll
If
work.
I can turn into anything, so I could
Okay.
turn into anything to spy up top,
Like
and
a
nobody would
bug or
see me,
something.
like a flea.
All right. So if you give me a point to do that, then I'll let you look at the map, and then you can continue the
do.
conversation. Okay.
I do.
All right.
So I could turn into something very, very small
To peek out
and
there.
peek out there, get a peruse the area, and then tell you exactly.
All
where
right.
we're against.
So here's what I'm gonna do. So you turn into this creature, and you're gonna like either a bee or some flying creature to pop out and take a look.
Well, there's lots of
Um,
bees around still, right?
Not in this area, but there are bees, so it's less conspicuous. So they're expecting there to be bees. So it's a good
Yeah,
choice.
okay. So I'll just be a bee, and I'll just fly up there, and then fly back down.
All right. So let's refresh the screen briefly, because I think it's the recording isn't showing it. All right, so here's what you're seeing. I'm gonna reveal some things. Wish I could select all these, not manually.
There's giant clockwork.
We'll get to that in a moment.
The top of this inn looks surprisingly like a castle.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for what is it called? The 2-minute tabletop for writing a piece out there.
I love that you have the little thank you on the bottom there, bottom left corner.
There we go.
All right, is that everything that's visible? Oh, there's a lot of stuff I'm gonna make visible of these guys. Click on this. So this, that. There we got all this crap here.
Oh.
The reason why they're all hidden is because it's possible to go to this place before anybody's there. Oh boy, so many things to click.
So many items.
Lots of stuff. So I'll just start describing this as I'm clicking. When you peek out there, you know, these airships you saw before are all visible. I think I described last time that a new airship arrived, and that was the high person airship.
Oh.
That's the one to the south, closest to the entrance is here. This is where you're kind of peeking out of.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just finish making these guys not visible. Oh, oops. All right. Okay. Got it.
You can't bulk select them?
Yeah, weirdly in Owlbear, there isn't a way for me to select more than one. Okay. So what you're seeing is to the north, this airship appears to be a Mamaran airship, and we can see next to it, tied up and unconscious, is Lord Donovan and Magda. So that was the gambler that you dealt with. Next to that is a Mordanian steamship, and you see Captain Cutter's companion, and she's tied up and unconscious. And there are a few men that are minding her. And then you see an old scientist from Arcanum with the blue hair here, and that Damon that you spoke to earlier was kind of nervous. And they're both unconscious and tied up. They're next to an Archonia airship. And then below you see, considering Captain Vina and her Nim companion seem to be like high caliber captains, their ship is kind of dinky. So it's clearly not their actual ship. It's some kind of scout ship they have instead of their actual ship, which relates to their story. And then, most importantly, you see in the south a massive high person airship, but carries the sails of the House of Maleficent, which you know, Thirsty, is the house of Kendra. And you see on the roof there, when you're buzzing around, Felix and Edwin are overseeing the activities from the roof. There's a large strong man beside them, armored, similar to the jailer that you encountered in the basement. On the roof, there are two marksmen. They're Damon. They're looking down. They're on this parapet here. And then, but most interestingly, are these massive steam-powered clockwork. They're barrel-bodied. They're about 12 feet tall. They're lifting boxes and crates and piling them into a central pile. And beside each of them, there's a Tarth, and they're wearing overalls, engineering overalls, and they have a variety of equipment on them, kind of clockwork equipment. And they're always moving alongside these large machines. And then you see a massive pile of the contents of these airships. It seems that they've been emptying all the airships, piling it together. And then there's some of these things are being inspected by these Nim up here who are overseeing the work and the movement of the work. So you only see a few men at the moment. You know there are a bunch downstairs. And you're not certain like how many men might be in airships currently because you wanted to glimpse in and out really quickly. And that's the gist of what you see.
To clarify the vertical space here.
Yes.
Yeah, like is this all flat or is it kind of shaped like it looks like it's shaped?
Yeah, it's shaped as it looks. So this is kind of a dirt floor, and then there's steps onto a second level, right? That's this rickety catwalk kind of deal.
Okay.
And then the third floor is up these stairs onto the stone, and it goes up higher, and there's like a catwalk all the way around. So to get to these airships, you need to be on the stone levels. Like there's a third level where the parapets are.
So
this
we
one is
have, we'll be entering from here.
Exactly.
And the only way, I'm just looking for the fastest way up onto the planks. I guess it would be this staircase or this staircase.
Yeah, it was like up this way maybe and going around, or
What if we
dimension?
What if we
yeah, it's true.
Cutter? We drug Cutter's body up this way to where he's supposed to be, and we just fucking hop on this airship, hightail it out here,
We can do that.
or start the whistling, with the sandworm to come.
Now, is your plan to run away? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
I think our plan should be to take the best airship and destroy the other airships.
The best airship by far is the high person one.
But
I'm
that's
aware.
also that's the most defended one, though. So if we were able to get the NPCs that are more of a burden than a help to over here to Cutter's airship with Cutter, because we could just drag Cutter up there.
Yeah.
Maybe Jafar could then summon the worm, and we could then try to make our assault, because there's a lot of shit to fight here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So then we'd have 2 airships.
Possibly.
So it sounds like overall your plan is to, if I summarize, to blend in some way and get aboard an airship because you have keys. Now the keys you have are to the high person airship though.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. And we can deal with whoever is on that ship after we have it.
Well, it looks like. Oh my.
I would also, let me see what else I can give you. Because I can't give you too much because you're just peeking in and out really
Yeah.
quickly. But let me see what else you might notice.
Because there's that ladder right here.
I would say, Fen, I need a perception check because you're looking really quickly. You're examining what you can examine before you come back down. But I want a perception check as a success check to see how much information I can give you. So it's a D6. If you have the skill perception, add a +2. And it's a depth check.
Let me see.
The D6, add your depth, and if you have perception, add a +2. And I believe
do
you
not have
have
perception.
advantage because you're advantaged because you have that on depth. That's an in.
So 2d6.
Take the best.
Well, I got 2 6s
Oh, that explodes. One of them will.
plus 5.
Okay, so 6, that's 11, plus what's your depth?
Yeah, 5.
So that would be...
Did you explode the die on the?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
11 so far.
Oh, I got 3.
11.
14.
So 14. All right. So that is exceptional. So, okay. So I gave you German advantage. So I wasn't going to give you information about specifically what you see on Edwin and Felix's person, but now I am. This is your GM advantage. And I'll give you a little bit of what I would have given you. So the key part that you notice is the Tarth that are trailing these large machines every now and then reach into their pack and they pull out what looks like a control, and they're messing with the controls and they put it back in. The advantage that I'm going to give you is on Felix. You see various sets of keys, and you also see there's a it looks like a canteen that has a faint greenish glow to it, and it's very heavy liquid inside of it. And he's got that pouch like locked to his belt. And then as far as the rest of that perception, and I would say overall, you can sense that there are probably men in these airships. You're not sure which ones, but there's probably men in them as well. My GM advantage is definitely what's on Felix person.
Okay. The green liquid, thick
A
liquid.
green canteen that's bright green, and he's got sets of keys on it.
Have
Okay.
we seen anything glowing green previously?
You did
Just
see
the
the bee bite.
Yeah.
That might be poison.
Or
So I'm going to return to the other map.
the antidote.
Or the antidote, yeah.
What about using the bees in this to help distract and maybe get rid of some of...
If that's a bottle of poison that knocks people out so much they don't even wake up when you slap them repeatedly, we can get as many bees as possible to dip their stingers into it and just go out there and knock everyone out.
But how do we get that off his body if it's locked to his belt?
Magic.
Sneak up on, like maybe we do a kind of a mass chaos attack. Like if we could get.
You don't have any way of force teleporting somebody, do you?
It sounds like for this third and final act, we want to at least get up there and be hidden among the people, right? After that, it's up to what you guys actually do. But you could use one of the bee charges we have, right, to add to your distraction. Like maybe they buzz around and that causes them to like kind of deal with that situation.
Maybe we could buzz them around Felix and
Annoy them.
Sir douchey
Edwin.
robot. But there we go. But
Edwin
like
Graves Barrington.
because they would be the ones that could identify us is the problem.
So you want to
Yeah,
distract them with the bees.
Yeah, maybe we distract them, and I say we
Yes.
beeline it for Cutter ship with Cutter, like to like say like we're taking him to there and these other prisoners like on behalf of like this is what we're told to do, and that way we could at least like set up a base to make an assault for to like after we get up there we could make an assault to get to the high person ship and steal them out.
Well, and he can play the flute from there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like that, he'll play the flute. The sandworm will come, and like shit will go crazy, and then we steal the ride. We jack it.
I still feel like the GM has put together a little puzzle for us whereby we have a magic potion that makes everyone fall asleep and hundreds of tiny needles to inject it with that fly.
That's
I
true.
don't know that I want to proceed with any version of this plan that doesn't involve drugging everyone using that potion.
I agree with you, but I don't know how we would get a hold
We
of
gotta
that
get
potion.
who can sneak it off his belt or something, or can we dimension door him and just grab him and pull him back down here?
That's what I was wondering. Can you forcefully?
You
Dimension
could certainly
door?
try all those things once you're on the roof after the final act.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we gotta get up. Let's say we gotta get up there and make a base camp, and then we can do the next move.
You can do whatever you want after that.
Oh, I see. We can't
See.
do that as the final act.
Right, because that's too much. That goes beyond the intent of ending the scene, which is simply to get up there and
Fair
camp
enough.
yourselves.
Okay.
That's too much to accomplish in one scene. That sounds like another scene, which you
Okay.
guys would have to resolve.
I can get on board with that. Then yeah, let's just get on that ship.
All right. So it sounds like then. Let me just summarize here. We've got Lightfoot and Fen dressing up as mercenaries. We have the beetle being polymorphed into a high person. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. We have Al also dressing up as a retainer with the remaining clothing. And so are you, Thirsty.
And I'm gonna drag Cutter. I'm gonna be dragging Cutter.
Okay. So you're gonna drag Cutter behind between two of you. You're gonna drag Cutter.
Could be the
Yuri's dressed up.
Can we not make the beetle high person? Can we make it like a strongman or something so it can help me drag?
Absolutely.
All right.
High person's more of a target.
We'll
too.
make it a
Like,
human. That way I have more retainers.
Right. So we got humans. So the beetle's gonna carry him basically, or
Yeah,
maybe drag him.
we're carry.
Got it. Yuri's also dressed up as one of the retainers.
Okay.
And Zara and Jafar are prisoners.
Yep.
Am I leaving anyone out? What about the Ember Dwarf?
I think he's
He's also a prisoner.
also a prisoner. I thought we're
Yeah.
gonna.
He's
Yeah.
a prisoner. Okay. Because he's from that basement. He broke out, and that way you imprisoned him.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
I'll
Okay.
I will act as though I have charge of all these prisoners, and I'm bringing them up there to transport. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
And where are you trying to end up in the
Over
end?
your ears.
On the
that
high
map,
person
where you're trying to
airship.
Do you want to enter the high person area?
Yeah.
Got it. So where and you're going to use the bees to distract
Wait.
the two of them.
Yeah.
Are we going? Wait, are we going to the high person ship? Or are we going to the cutter ship to set up?
Well, we don't have
To
keys
get-
for the cutter ship.
We have
Let's go
cutter.
to the high person ship.
Okay, that's where they're standing though.
Well,
We have bees for that.
Okay.
And you know what? While they're distracted, I'll nab that I'll nab that green crap, whatever that is.
That's your wager.
Got it. So you want to get in that spot, basically distract Felix and Edwin with the bees. Got it. Okay, so let's establish the stakes here. So success at a cost. Obviously, something goes awry with your scheme here. Someone notices there's a shout and you're exposed. And then that would end the scene with a disadvantage going forward. It's going to set up potentially something problematic after the scene is over. If you go do poorly, the bees don't distract Edwin and Felix. And in fact, Edwin finds a way to disable your bee mechanism. And they're able to seize 1d6 of your NPCs. That's rolling poorly.
Oh, all right.
Now, as a wager, my wager to you in this one is as you peeked up there, you notice that one of the captains isn't actually fully unconscious, that they're only pretending that they're unconscious, but they're tied up. If you're able to untie them, you'll be able to add them or take advantage of the fact that they're not tied up. The one who isn't tied up happens to be or unconscious happens to be Lord Donovan. That's the wager. So do we want to take the wager is my first question.
What's our 15 and then 17 with the wager?
So this number is let's see. Yeah, 15. But the wager will be 17. And I haven't told you whether I'm applying a weakness yet.
We do also still have almost all of our fate points.
That's true. Mhm.
Just fucking
Let's
go nuts.
Yeah, let's go nuts, I say. Yeah.
All right, try and get it. So, okay, great. All right, perfect. All right, so we're gonna take the wager. We're gonna try and get Lord Donovan free as part of this. Okay, so in terms of weaknesses, what do I have to work with here? Al, what weaknesses do you have?
Oh, I have plenty of weaknesses.
For two weaknesses.
I've been pressing myself and too many threads to count. So yeah, my one is that sometimes my ego gets in the way of my subtlety. And the other one is that the webs of deceits run thick, my friend. So there's too many. I tell lots of lies and
got it.
Caught up.
What about you, Lightfoot? What are your weaknesses?
Let's see. I think
2 tags under weakness under your flaw.
Can't remember. Where am I looking for this?
So on your sheet, under the story tag flaw, it should have 2 that you created.
Is that this? Kind of a bigger box under the main page, or
yep. It should be under the 3 tabs that you switch between the sections of the character sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah. Greedy and confabulatory.
Okay, got it. So you agree. And then, Fen, what are your 2 weaknesses?
Oh gosh. Not sure that I made 2. Because the weaknesses are...
They're under your flaw.
Under your love struck.
Yeah.
Easy in love and easily distracted.
Oh, interesting. All right. I think I'm going to go with greedy because I think as you're pulling this off, you're seeing such a pile of treasure, Lightfoot, that this may cause some distraction to you as you're pulling the scheme off. You're counting all the piles of gold. You can see there's lots of magical treasures piled in there. There's just so much that you could get a hold of if you could get your hands in there, and that is tempting. So that's going to make, let's see, we have 15, and we're adding on the wager, so I need a 17, and your roll has a -2 to it. So this sounds to me like, yet again, a distraction of some kind. So that's a death check. The person who's leading this charge, it sounds like Thirsty, you said you're directing everyone.
Yeah,
right?
I guess I am.
So you're the one rolling the d6.
All right.
Now, between Lightfoot and Fen, since you're the sneaky ones, what are you 2 doing and specifically?
I think we should pick something up and carry it as if we're just part of
to get some of the treasure as well and pile it into your coats while you're doing it. Got it. So you kind of break off and you're going to bring some equipment over there and come back to make it seem like you're part of the crew as you guys are making your way towards the ship. All right. So
we're just doing what we were told to do.
We're going to take your 5 then, Fen.
Okay, sure.
All right. And then what skill are we applying to this and how are we applying it?
Larry, you got some good skills.
But the bees are launched. since Yuri's controlling them.
How about reflexes?
Reflexes, okay, to make sure everyone's on their toes, and especially when you get up there, nobody trips. We're all behaving as we should physically. All right, and then are we adding a story tag to this?
Sure. I have always think a step ahead.
Oh, wait, okay, perfect.
All right.
So you're thinking about what could go wrong, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds like a raid for the roll.
I mean, you have met our project manager, haven't you? I mean, guy's head is so far up his ass he can see his cold.
It's an advantage in most situations.
So let's get that D6.
4.
4, okay, so we're gonna, then we have Fen's 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, then -2 is 11. All right.
Pile on the fate points.
Yeah, I've
All right,
got
so
3
we're at
of them.
11. So
Can we spend however many we want, or what?
you can explode them in succession to see what happens. So first, let's see where you fall. So 11 will put you at success at a cost. So
Okay.
you faced the first of my problems that I imposed. Unless
What-
you decide to explode this.
I'm
think we should
giving a
definitely-
fate point up for that. Yeah.
All right, let's explode this. Now let's talk about. Let's actually free roll it. Let's figure out what happened fictionally. All right.
Okay.
So, you guys have crept up the stairs. Fen and Lightfoot break off to pilfer some treasure, but also to make it seem like you're part of this whole setup. And so the men don't really pay much attention as you're doing that. You're moving treasure from point A to point B. Alonzo, what are you doing exactly?
I mean, I'm carrying the bag first and foremost. That was I was told to do. I'm doing it very well.
So you're following.
No,
Thurston's orders?
I'm helping with the prisoner escort.
Oh, right. So you're dragging.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Cutter
I'm
up
leading
these
the
steps.
prisoner escort. Yeah.
Got it. We have Yuri launching the bees, and they're starting to buzz around. And Edwin looks at them. His eyes change color. He looks into his cloak, and he's like fiddling with some implement on him. But then he's backing away from them, and Felix is backing away. So they're distracted at the moment as you're going up the parapet. And Thirsty, what are you doing as you're directing them up there?
First of all, I'm still wearing the turban. Both because I think it looks cool and because I wasn't wearing it when I met Felix earlier. So
It's true.
yeah.
So you walk right past them so far. And
Yeah,
then you
but-
hear Felix say, I don't understand why they're not under our control. Felix says, well, you better get a whole handle on that real quick.
And I'll do a fake voice as I go by them, and I'll just be like, "Come, scum, you're not moving fast enough. We must get to the ship now. Your days of leisure in the basement are over."
The beetle is carrying Captain Cutter with Al, and he's not saying anything. He's like, no, he doesn't really know how to talk because he's a beetle.
Yeah.
All right, now you're exploding the die. So they start to look at you, and they're looking suspiciously. But you're exploding the die to counteract that. So what are you doing? What do you say now to explode this die? Fate point.
I will say, "Oh God, what is that over there?"
What are you talking about? Who hired the man with the turban?
That's
He's
a
not on
1.
my roster. Oh, a 1! Roll to confirm a critical. Roll 2d6 and hopefully they're not 1s.
4 and 3.
Alright, so they're not both 1s. So that's 1. That gets you to 12. Now, unfortunately, 12 is still success at a cost. Are we spending more fate points?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it
Who's spending
again.
one?
Around the horn.
I'll spend it since I'm
Alright.
on the ball here, saying, "Look at that over there," when there's nothing over there. I will then
They
go.
look back at you.
Yeah. I go,
I don't recognize you.
I've drank too much.
Like, Edwin, check the log roster. Who's the man with the turban? So you gotta explode that one.
6.
6, that one explodes.
Nice.
Let's keep track of the numbers here. So that's 7 total.
6 and 4.
All right, so
10 more. So that's a
Where we at?
22.
22. All right, so that puts you in exceptional at GM advantage. All right, and we're concluding with that. We're okay with that.
Unless
okay,
anyone
great.
wants
So
to make it, is there something above exceptional?
yes.
Go for it.
I mean, we got fate points. It's the last game.
Let's fade it up.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Well, we have to untie that guy.
Yeah, how did we untie Lord Donovan in this whole context? You did
Yeah.
it, but how did we do it?
Well, okay, as we're heading, heading back and forth, gathering the treasure and stuff, I'm gonna zip over there and take one of my stars and slit the ropes, just casually, and
He opens one eye.
weaving
as you
in
do
and
that.
out, with doing things, and then slip in and grab that green crap.
Oh, so is that what we want to take potentially as our GM advantage? So let's get to that. So first, you've cut Lord Donovan free. He opens one eye as you do that, and he says, "I knew you group are smarter than I thought." He says, "Oh, by the way, the cowboy, the badly dressed cowboy, that poison on his belt is an antidote. You see, we Mamarans are immune to the desert pill that he's used in his bees." Then he closes his eyes again to pretend he's asleep. All right, so GM advantage I'm going to grant you. Unless we're going to keep exploding this.
I think we should.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I've got at least
This is the
fate
most
points back.
dangerous part. We have a ton of fate points. We may as well get as
How many fate points do we have at our
advantages as
disposal?
Yeah,
We haven't spent any beyond this, right?
yeah. I've spent
spent
two.
one.
I've spent two just now, and Patty spent
Right.
one earlier. That's it.
All
All right, I've got 2
You've
left.
got one left. She's got 2 left. I think Lightfoot has all 3. And
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't. I'm
Yes.
drawing a blank on what to do.
if you get the next higher tier, you'd have player advantage, which lets you do something in the narrative that's under your control. So, like, if you want to swipe the antidote, that could be added to it.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's do it.
Explode one, Liren, and see what you get.
Okay,
You're
I'm
at
gonna roll a different one
22
this
right
time.
now. You gotta get to 29. Oh, sorry, to 25 to get that player advantage.
Copy that. So 3 or higher
Oh,
will
yeah.
do it.
I'll spend one. Or
All right.
I think
Yeah.
Johnny just
What
spent
are you
one.
doing? What are you doing when you blow this up? When you spend it?
yeah, that's the thing. I'm drawing a blank on.
You cut Lord Donovan free.
I
He's
cut,
like,
I cut him 3. I'm
up to-
thinking about what he's saying.
He's saying that that's not the
I'm
poison,
being
but it
you know, I'm being a little bit more. Maybe I'm okay. Oh, Liren, focus. Treasure's not everything. You're too greedy sometimes. Just get on it. Just this can all still be yours. Just be patient. Give myself a little self-talk.
Okay, so you're just hyping yourself up to make sure everything still goes well.
Yeah.
All right. So
I don't wanna
explode that die because you notice, like, So how does that help? How does it help the scene get better? How does that improve things? What are you doing?
Just
You're hyped
because. Yeah, it keeps me from looking around at all the treasure and not getting
like,
distracted.
Ben, get over here.
Look
And then you
more
kind of
convinced,
consolidate.
makes you look more
And-
convincing.
Then let her know, hey, what Lord Donovan said to me.
Okay.
We need to get this antidote. I
You're
might need a
hurrying
little
back
help
up there.
continuing to distract
Felix.
Cowboy Willie over there.
Got it. So you rallied. You rallied the two of you. You
Yeah.
shared the- Let's explode that die. So D6.
I did already. It came up 2.
Oh. 2. All right. So that brings us. We were 22. So it's 24.
We're
so
one
it's
away.
One shy of the player advantage. We gotta do more. So you're getting up there. You've got the gusto.
Alonzo, you want to kick someone off the walkway or something?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Let me. And I actually, what I do is, as I'm walking, I trip one of the Tarth,
Oh, whoa!
and they drop their thing, and it lands in front of Takis,
Slides in front of Takis. Okay.
and Takis picks it up and just goes, "Oh, doot, 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 doot," and the robot just starts spinning like crazy and
To create a
causes
distraction.
havoc. Yes, causes havoc.
All right. So as part of that, so it starts to spin. Actually, it drops the thing it was carrying, which
Yep.
makes a big ruckus, and they all start looking in that direction. And the Tarzan says, "Give that back to me." And he's going over to her, but that pushes you up. So go ahead and explode that die.
Okay, one more time.
That's a 6,
It's
You got a
another-
6.
and that's a 1.
Oh, you rolled it, Johnny?
Oh, confirm or
Okay,
critical. Yeah, who the person who
Yeah.
spends it rolls it. Yeah.
copy that.
All right, so that's not critical fail. So that's a 7 more on top.
7
of
more. So what are we at? We're at 24.
that. Right, yeah. So it was 22, 24, 31 now.
All right, you've
Jesus
gone
Christ.
beyond player advantage into legendary results. Okay, so that does give you 2 player advantages. Sounds like one of them is you want to swipe the antidote.
Yep.
So that could be one of them. So in the chaos, Lightfoot, you clip it right off of his belt, and you've got this massive antidote now on your person. What's the other player advantage? What else happens?
I think we should somehow get all of the high people who are on deck of the high person airship to run off of it somehow.
So you don't know what's inside that airship.
We don't know what's inside, but we know who's on it. Also,
Do you want,
the Twitch
you want
chat.
people to come out of it? You want to get the people inside of it to come out?
Yeah, we want them to come out so that we can take the ship.
How about
All right.
the robot keeps on spiraling crazy? It
Yeah,
just
that's
starts
my
not-
suggestion anyway. It's up to you guys.
Got it.
Fireworks are
Yeah.
going off, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it gets all wild.
Is that what we want? We want to have more people come out. Whatever is the contents of that ship come out?
Yeah.
All right. Is that, we're
Yeah,
locking that in?
that's what I say. Does anyone have a better idea?
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
As long as Jafar is able still to play his flute, I think that's.
So we are having him play out at the same time. All right. Let me see how long it will take as he starts to play. It will take him 4 rounds to complete the song, but he needs to be at the peak. So he needs to be at the top of that parapet. So let's move him. Actually, let's put all your tokens up here, and we'll resolve that theme. Okay. So that's it. We're gonna have people move out. I'm gonna put your tokens there, but that's it. We're good. We're gonna have the guys come out. Is that the plan?
Yep.
All right. So
yeah.
By the way, the
Here's
Twitch
that
chat for the
advantage.
last half hour has been just Jason trying to get us to burn the building down.
So a lot of men are pouring out of this ship. A lot. They're like, what the hell's happening? And Felix is like, get this under control. You got to get these machines under control. And they're all pouring out. There's one other person that comes out, but I'm going to explain that in a second. All right. So that concludes the 3rd act. Now let's get your tokens on the map here.
Longest scene check ever.
I know. It spans several
Yeah.
locations. All right.
Would have
now
been
gotta
faster
put-
if we were all familiar with the system.
That's okay. No, you guys did great. That was fantastic. Like, I love that the scene checks span across multiple locations. We haven't actually done that before, which is cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know if I've got everyone on here.
All right.
No, that's
Timing wise, after we
Where
sort
are
of
we now?
resolve the scene, it'll be
Break
time. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Who else am I missing here? Everyone.
Is Takis there?
It's Takis. Is she the shadowy one? No.
No,
She's this little
floppy hat one. There we go.
All right, we got everyone there.
We
So
don't.
What's that?
We don't cut her, but that's.
Oh, I can put Cutter in there. So I want you guys to position yourselves where you ended up at the end of the scene. There's Cutter, and I believe you have the Beetle too. So, but he's a human size at the moment. Now, how long? To transform him, you have to spend how much?
Me?
Yeah. I just want to know how long the polymorph will last because it will end soon.
Let's see. I don't know how to tell that, to be honest.
It's always based on how much MP you put in it. So in order to make him into a human, what's the cost? I think polymorph will say the cost.
It says for 1 MP, the 4 may be humanoid. So
okay, so you spent 1. So that means it will only last 1 plus your level, so 2 minutes. So that'll be the duration of the scene, we'll say. So at the end of the scene, he's going to transform back into a beetle.
So how
so I'm just gonna
long?
make
How far can we
five.
get in 2 minutes? We probably further than that. If we're walking like
Yeah, position yourselves where you want to be, basically. The end of the
I
scene.
in
cannot-
2 minutes, we could walk that
Put me
way.
with everybody else because
Yep. I got
I
you.
can't move mine. Oh,
You have to join the map in a separate browser.
Oh, I tried to do that, but I'm still sitting there.
Try refreshing, and I can. There you go. Now you're back. Now you're
Oh,
in there.
okay. Here we are. Here we go.
This is the Amber Dwarf. Who's so? Where did you put the prisoners? Because some of them are prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all with me.
Don't you
Okay.
think we would have gotten farther than that in 2 full minutes?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, we are walking with purpose.
Yeah.
All right. So we got all the prisoner
We
chain
are.
here.
We are ostensibly dragging prisoners with us, so it wouldn't be super fast, but.
I would say on this map, 14 spaces is like a quarter of the map. which would be what you can move it around. So that seems fair.
Right, and the prisoners aren't exactly resistant, right? Because
No, they're walking with you at your pace. They're your prisoners, you know. All right, that's where we are. Great.
Like a beetle strike.
So before we go on break, here's what I'm going to reveal you. All these guys come out, and they're all, Felix is yelling at the Tarth, and the Nim who's messing with the controls. And as they're coming out, you see a long shadow cast out of the airship, and wearing long golden robes, steps out of the airship a woman, a high person, and she looks like this.
Oh.
And as you gaze at this person, you see that it is Kendra herself. She wears scintillating golden robes and an amulet. She has gray hair and the same stern expression that you recall when you were in school. In one hand, she is holding a martini, and in the other hand, a wand.
And I canonically had my pistol in my hand since we were downstairs.
Of course. You all have your stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what you see before we go on break.
All right. Wow,
Alrighty.
great. Yeah, we're a little late for break, but that happens. Let's go 10 minutes.
Great scene check, guys, though. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very abstract thing, but you guys pulled it together great. I think across multiple locations. It was fun.
That was,
It was a little
good stuff.
confusing, but
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's weird,
Yeah, so everyone, thank you for watching. We'll be back in 10 minutes. It's 10:17 where I am, so about 10:27 when we come back. We'll see you then.
Cool.
We're back, and I'm going to shoot this old lady in the face eventually at an opportune time.
not before I
Let's
do.
refresh that screen to get this map back. But
This
that's what you see
owlbear
emerge.
system, it's great, but it does need to be refreshed.
It's
a
weird that it doesn't refresh. Like, I don't
It's a free system, all right? Just,
Hey,
like-
everything's
I pay for it.
everything's
okay.
got quirks. I don't
It's not
pay
my
for it, and that's why I have to hit refresh.
Shit.
So she takes a sip of her martini, and she says, "What is this commotion that's happening out here?" And she's looking at Felix, and she says, "Like, how am I supposed to have a drink while you morons are dropping machinery like idiots?" And then she's surveying the space, and then you see her eyes stop suddenly as she's looking, and she seems to be looking generally. What is this happy music? She's looking in this area, and it's like she's holding the glass, and she drops the glass, and the glass falls and shatters next to her, but she doesn't react to having dropped it. And her mouth opens, and her eyes raise, and she says, "Felix, you idiot. That Nim possesses the opal." And as you turn Thursday to look in that direction, you can see the one thing that you guys didn't account for, that Fic-Fac is powered by the opal, which we established in session 0. And because the opal is a magic item, it has a magical aura, which, because she's a spellcaster, she can see. And you also notice it's conspicuous. It's a very powerful magical aura. And when she looks around, she says, "Thursday must be here, and the rest of his crew seize that machine!" And that's where we will start our initiative.
I will turn to you guys and say, "You heard the lady!"
The ruse is up, old man. It's time to kick some ass.
Yes, but we have to ruse a little bit longer, and then...
Oh, for Christ's sake!
You hear her say, "Where are you fools? I know you're here. Search this place. Get me that machine." All right.
Kendra must have had a dream where she foresaw that we had formed some kind of crew.
She's been hunting you guys.
But she knows us each individually.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start by rolling initiative. Now, this doesn't mean a fight, although certainly it could. But we know that Jafar is starting to play. So he's starting to play now, which we're going to establish a clock of 4. I'm going to make a note here. That means on the 4th turn, as long as he's not interrupted or nothing happens to him, he's calling the sandworm. Now, he needs to... The problem is, in order for his playing to happen, he needs to be at a highest point. So right now you're on this bridge. The clock needs to start if he's here, start here, or on this parapet, or on the other parapet. Those are the highest points.
DQ, do you want me to call shit for you?
What's that? Yeah, that'll be helpful. So let's put a clock of 4, but I'm not going to start that clock until he's physically on one of the highest peaks.
I've got a marker right there.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay. And that's where we're going to handle the initiatives here.
Oh.
So we're going to start with this first initiative. Everyone roll a d6. If you have perception, add a +2. Now, for my bad guys, in OSR Plus, there's a bunch of bad guys, right? We group them. That way I'm not taking 17,000 actions. So my group's here, and John's going to be my caller in this case and handle some of the initiative. Just let me explain really quickly. We've got a group of baddies here. That's 1. We've got the Nim that you guys are standing around. That's 2. We've got a group of baddies here. That's 3. Felix and them is 4 and 5, and then Kendra herself. Now, when NPCs act together like this, they get bonuses for how many there are. So there's fewer actions, but they have a higher chance of doing whatever they're doing. All right. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
Working on working with the.
I'm gonna roll my baddies while you're doing.
That's not what I want. God damn it.
Well, I got a 3.
Yep, and I got a 5.
All right.
Mine's a 2.
Let's Lightfoot's 5. Then it's 3. I gotta figure out how to make this smaller text. Be good.
I think I can help you with that.
Yeah.
Well, let me see. I think it shrinks depending on.
The text scales with the card, but
Yeah.
I pay the card and then I.
Maybe pull it off and then make it really big. You can do what you want with it. We don't need to see it on the stream necessarily.
Yeah, sure.
That's true.
Now, see that. Yeah.
Oh, wait, here you go. I see it. No, just click on the actual box and then change the text. Oops. Let me just click on it real quick. If you click on the box, it'll have a text thing on the bottom. Can I click on it? This is why. So again, shout out to my friend David who solved this problem here as our game ops person, and we usually don't have to deal with this. But no, I think you
It's
can't
his
change
problem,
it.
not
It's fine.
mine.
Just get rid of these spaces.
I'm gonna get rid of all the text.
There you go.
Wait, hold on. I'm just erasing things.
All right.
And let's start them over.
Perfect.
Smaller. No. Smaller, I say. How do you not change the text size?
That is very weird.
Albert, what the fuck? Your free service is disturbing me. All right.
Is that David that's been in
So
the Twitch
I was
chat?
1.
Kelsey's Gaming.
What's that?
Kelsey's Gaming, is that David?
Oh, yes. That's
Yeah.
David. Hello, David. David designed Taskmaster for us, which is this elaborate OBS system that lets us track like initiatives, story tags, everything on the screen while recording.
Awesome.
It's unique.
Kirsty, what'd you have?
2.
Cool. All right.
Okay. And then you said for your baddies, you had several baddies.
All right. So let's do the Clockwork group, the Sentinels.
Right.
They are 2. Yep, they don't have initiative. They don't have bonus. The BBEG, who is Kendra, she had a 5. The NIM are 3s. The NIM are. They have. Oh, they are 5 as well. And then the retainers, and we'll do 2 groups of retainers. Let's see. Perception. No, they rolled a 1. So let's see if they have a. Retainers. Don't have perception. They're 1. And there's one more group. And they have a 5. That's the marksman.
Okay. I'll figure that part out in a second.
Sorry, they have a 7 because they have perception.
Tons of bitches.
All right. So, the first thing we notice, the 2 marksmen pull out these rifles off their back, and they're loading their rifles, and they start to fire in the direction of our friend Takis and her machine.
Good
now,
thing she's just an
NPCs
NPC that no one cares about.
Yeah.
They're firing at her. Now, she's dodging and rolling, and Takis is taking gunfire, and pieces of the metal are breaking, and it's rolling on the ground. She's out of the action as they're being fired on because these NPCs are taking their action to disable her. All right, that's the marksman. Let's see, what do we got? 5 is BBG. Oh, okay.
Lightfoot first. On 5.
Lightfoot. All right, Lightfoot, what are you doing?
Okay, so you let's see. I am. Let me look at the bigger map.
Yes.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
her face. That is not a bigger map. That's her face.
Oh, you want me to refresh, and it'll show you the
You'll
map.
have to refresh from the bar.
Yeah, reload the
I am
webpage.
down there. I am not real close to. So there
You
are
can move.
there around some NIM that are nearby.
Yes, among you are 2 Nim in lab coats, and they're looking around at the commotion, looking in the direction of Kendra. Your beetle has transformed back into a beetle. All
Okay.
the men are looking at that as well.
I'm gonna hop on
Okay.
her.
I am going. I'm going to take one of my throwing star and throw it at one of those lab coat NIM. Then.
Got it. So you're gonna fling a throwing star right at him. All right.
Yep.
He's looking around, and he's like, "What the heck's going on? Whoa! There's the beetle!"
Oh, geez. I rolled a 1.
All right. Let's see. Let me roll their defense here. We got the
Do I add anything
Confirm
to
a
that if I
critical.
roll a
I rolled
1?
a 1. So first roll 2d6. If they're not both
Okay.
1s, check that first. I also rolled a 1 though.
3 and a 5.
Okay, so you're good. So 1, and then you add your deft, I believe, because it's a thrown weapon. And if you have
yeah,
thrown, you add a +2.
So 7 total.
7 total. Well, they rolled a 1 too, but their defense is 8, so they rolled a 9. You throw a throwing star at them. He ducks underneath and he says, "Traitors!" All right, that was 5. Yes.
I just would like to remind everyone that you still have fate points, so you can use them to not only explode dice, but also to change narratives.
Yes. The most powerful use of a fate point is to add something to the narrative that isn't there, or to extend something that's not possible.
It's basically like there's exploding things behind her, or you know, you can do a multitude of things.
I
But just
spend
want
a
to put
fate
that out
point
there.
and find a machine gun.
So you missed. All right, that was 7. 5.
5. That's the first 5.
All right, BBG.
Jam and BBG.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you see is Kendra. I said she was holding this yellow wand in her hand. It has a woven bark, and you know this is the bark of the god tree of the High People. She raises it up, and it starts to glow. And then you see it shakes in her hands, and her hand shakes, and this entire space here. Let me just draw. I'm not going to draw it because it takes so much time. But this whole space here, centered on Takis, begins to rumble and shake, and she's cast Earthquake over this space. So I'm going to need some checks from you guys that are standing there. Let me just look up Earthquake real quick. It looks like you're all going to have to make a Def check versus her spell check.
Am I
That
within the
include-
circle? It looks like I'm outside it.
I would say she's targeting. Yeah, you're out. Actually, you're outside it because you're just past that. It's from the bridge. I would say it's from where Alonzo is all the way. To
So
Yeah,
I'm on the
and
edge of it.
I'm right next
It's a
to
whole
him, so
circle. Yeah. So all of you guys in there. So first, let me make her check. Let's see. She rolled a 1. All right, she didn't critical, but that's a 1 plus 8 is 9, 10, 11 is the check. So I needed an 11 as a depth check.
So we're rolling a d6 plus what?
Plus your depth.
Plus our death.
And if you happen to have thaumaturgy, you can add a +2.
Okay. I got a 10.
Okay, so you just didn't make it. So the bridge is breaking and collapsing as everything is shaking. You fall. And you take 2 damage. So that comes out of your armor first. So you've fallen down, and the bridge is breaking all around you as the place is shaking. All right. Everyone, who else? I need more depth checks for everyone else. That was Fen.
I'll go next. I'm is the sad. You told me what the marker was already, so I'm gonna use the fate point. A story tag against myself.
Totally fine.
Impressing myself. I feel like there's no way that this little shaky bridge is going to take me down. So I roll.
He's gonna put a -2 on himself. That's what
I
he's
rolled a
doing.
1.
He's invoking his flaw against himself. Jeez.
I did not critically fail.
Uh-huh.
So I rolled a 1 plus my depth of 2 minus 2 is 1.
You rolled a total of 1. You take 6 damage and fall and you collapse.
Oh,
And that
The
goes to my
bridge
armor.
collapses on you. Armor first. There's piles of bridge on you.
Fuck!
All right, that was Alonso. I need Fen and I need Liren
I'm-
Thursday.
oh, I already got 10.
Oh, sorry, Lightfoot.
I'm down there by Laren.
Oh yeah, you're right next to him, so you're good. So I just need Liren's fine. All right, so just you two. Great. Now, unfortunately, the beetle has collapsed down there, so it's out of the action for this round. So is the dwarf. We had our Jafar fall. That's not good.
Oh,
So
no.
his singing has been interrupted, and he's fallen unconscious because he's a non-adventuring NPC.
What about the enemies on the bridge, too?
They also fell. Let's see. He might actually die.
Thank you.
That'd be nice.
That's 3.
She just
Plus-
kills half her own guys.
She doesn't give a shit. 3
She's
plus
that
they,
type,
they
yeah.
have advantage too on their deaths. So that's 6. That's 5. Okay. 5 plus 6. So one is 11, and the other one is 3 plus 6 is 9. So one of them falls. So one of them falls, is impaled, and dies.
Whoa.
Ah,
Can I claim this guy as dead?
Yeah.
I just did it all?
One of those Nims is dead. He collapses and is crushed. The other one nimbly escapes to the side. I'll say it's this one pops out. This one probably dies.
Are you believe him? All right.
All right.
I'm gonna draw X's on him.
And is that everyone else? Yep. Oh, and then Cutter's body collapses down there too, and he's covered in debris. That was 5. You're all prone, those of you who failed. All right, what's the next initiative here?
Looks like Finn.
Ben, what are you doing? Brushing off this debris.
oh, it's
wait.
I'm
it-
gonna scurry over to Fat Bottom.
Fen, I apologize. Did the Nim go? The Nim didn't go. at
Oh, is
5.
this the enemy Nim?
Yeah, the enemy Nim.
Oh, the winner survived? All right.
All right, fine.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's we skipped them.
He's gonna try and let's see. I'm gonna see if he suspects anything about the two of you who are traveling with them. I want Lyra the Thursday, and I want who's the black one next to him? Is that Lightfoot?
That's Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Lightfoot.
All right. I'm going to make a check against you to perceive if you're part of this adventuring group. So I'm gonna roll a perception check against you. So for the two of you, I need you to roll a contested disguise check. So D6 is stealth check. So D6 plus your depth. If you have anything that can help you with that, then roll add a +2.
Okay.
You rolled a 2. And, so that's just
Does
2,
this explode or no?
8. Yes, it does. An 8 he rolled total. Or no, 8, 9, 10.
I have influence. Does that help?
Influence is a mighty skill, so it wouldn't help you.
Okay.
I
Something
rolled a 24 because I exploded 3 times. Why? I don't know.
He turns to you, he said, so what did Thursday roll?
I rolled a 4, but I feel like Lightfoot's roll covers me.
He turns to Lightfoot.
I'm with her.
He says, get that one! He completely believes that you're one of them, and he points to Thursday.
Yeah, get me.
That's all he's doing at the moment. All right, that was his
Okay, so
turn.
I'll aggressively grab Thirsty's
arm.
wrist.
All right, so that was 5. Who's next here? We got 3. Fen, what are you doing?
Now it's
Fenn's
Finn
up.
at last.
So I was gonna go grab Fat Bottom.
Oh,
and try
okay, just pick him up.
Yeah, I was gonna pick him up, and I'm gonna try to dash to the nearest staircase so I can get him to the highest point. So we have these crates over here to the left. These boxes of treasures.
Huh?
I'm gonna take them over there.
So you're gonna leap on top of them and then jump up on the catwalk?
Exactly.
All right, so move yourself 14 spaces. Actually, if you want to run, that would be 28 spaces. If you're just running.
Oh, it's just, there's squares on here.
Excellent. It can be approximate. It's fine.
Zoom in, you can see him.
This is Fen, right? Fen's up top and is jumping down to get Fat Bottom, right?
Maybe you like leap down, get him, leap back up.
Because I fell down, so I'm already there.
Oh, so you're there. Okay, so I'm gonna pick him up.
I'm gonna pick him up, and we're gonna head like over here
All right.
and try to keep cover as much as we can, like maybe under here.
I'm going underneath that bridge and pull him under
Yeah.
there with you. Got it. All right, so you're all the way there. You're in cover.
Because I'm carrying him, so
All right, that was 3. We got Thursday, and then the clockworks, right? So Thursday, what are you doing?
Shapeshift other.
Yeah.
It does not seem to require the target to be willing.
Yes.
Cool. Kendra's a frog.
So here's one problem with BBEGs. They are immune to things that would debilitate or incapacitate them because they have legendary resistance.
All right.
So you
well,
know
then I'm
that
just
won't
going to
work
shoot her.
against her.
Then I'm just
Right,
going
all
to
right.
shoot her.
Take a shot at her. What do you
Yes.
say to her when you go to shoot her?
Nothing at all. I don't want
Oh,
to draw her attention.
Shoot her. All right. All right. All right. Let's
When I hover over my palm pistol, and you can tell me if this website is being accurate or not. It says
Yeah.
roll 2d6 and take the highest plus 6 for my smart.
So you take 2. You have a smart advantage. So you're gonna roll 2d6, take the highest. Then you're gonna add your smart and add a +2.
Copy that.
He doesn't have. He has weapon missile, but I think he meant to.
He
have
meant firearms. Okay, so we'll
Yeah.
assume you took firearms.
Okay, and I also get another +2 because I'm hot with revenge for her.
Oh, you're adding your story tag.
Oh,
You love it.
Nice.
So
Alright,
2d6
okay.
plus 6 plus 4.
5.
Well, take the best of 2d6, don't.
Well,
add
sure,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just to clarify for viewers.
So 5 in her defense is 8, so that's 13.
So I got a 5 on the die, plus 6 makes it 11, plus 4 is 15.
15. All right, so here's what happens. You take the shot. You blast her. You know you've nailed her. The bullet flies across to her. But then she turns to you, and using her reaction, she puts her hands up, and she casts Mirror Shield. And this creates a reflective shield that the bullet hits, and it's reflecting back to you. So let me look at Mirror Shield just to make sure I'm doing this correctly.
Okay, right before I die, I give her the double deuce.
One other thing that's worth noting in OSR Plus, no single hit can take you past 0, which is good. All right, so she's charging a reflective surface. So I'm gonna have to assume she had like a mirror or something that she pulled out. So she's spending the MP. Roll your d6. I need to know how much damage you would have done. That's how much it costs you to do this.
4.
4. So she's spending 4. The bullet blasts into this mirror and then it reflects back at you. Now you need to make a spell check against her in order to not be hit by it. So you're gonna roll a d6 plus your smart, and if you have sorcery, you add a +2. And I'm gonna roll against you. She's a 4.
Because it's a sorcery check, he can do an advantage as
Advantage,
a
right?
Can this explode?
12. Yes. So 12, 13, 14 is what you
Anything
got.
Damage and initiative are the only 2 things that don't explode.
So I'm adding my smart and my sorcery, right?
Yes.
18.
18, yes. So you have dodged out of the way, but how did you block it with your magic? The reflected bullet.
You know what? I think I saw her pull out a mirror, and I just
pulled
moved
it out.
the turban in the way.
And it bounces off the gem and goes up into the sky.
And I'm like, cool turban.
She turns her head to you, and she looks at you and she says, I have failed you out of my class once. Now I will fail you out of life!
That was not cool.
Now, the jolt in your turban, I'm going to say, just as a narrative jam here, it kind of gives you a sense of how it functions as it's reverberating in your head. This magic item is called the Prophet's Band.
It allows you to cast True Seeing, so you can actually look that item up in the system if you like. That's the actual item that you have.
Prophet's what?
Prophet's Band.
Okay.
All right. That was, what initiative are we on here?
The clockwork.
Clockwork. Oh boy. The big one moves over and it grabs. It takes its giant fist out and it grabs Fick-Fack. And the little one, or the other large one, goes over and grabs Takis. And it's starting to move back over to here. And it's like, that's what that one does. All right, where am I now? 1, Alonzo.
I use my movement to get up.
You slip up, brush it off.
Fucking cunt! And I'm gonna cast. So is that a melee space or encounter space to her?
Where? To her, I would say, let's see, that if it's under 14 spaces, then yes.
2, 3. I mean, there's like up
To be able to measure with a little measuring thingy. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's probably.
Where are you?
There's probably a.
14
It
away.
looks pretty far.
How many spaces is that?
I mean, going upwards too. It's 65 by this, as the crow flies, but.
Was that, how many squares is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
65 would be 13, but that's like
I think you're just in range, because that's 14,
Alright,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I want
we
to
do.
cast I want to cast molecular kinesis on her wand.
Ooh, on her wand. Nice.
Nice.
All right. So I'm gonna make her check as if it's her. So she has disadvantage on mighty because she's a hyper.
Should I say what the spell is, by the way?
Well, yeah. Tell me what it does.
Yeah. Through force of will, you agitate the molecular bonds in an inanimate target. For each round you concentrate in the spell, you deal 1 point of cumulative damage to the target object, plus the peril of the fire maleficence until the object catches on fire or melts. By
Nice.
round 3, you will have dealt 6 damage, for example.
Is it hot to the touch that she would let go of it on the first round?
Yeah, the first round it will cause 1 damage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she's gonna let go of it because she's like, "Ow, god damn it!" and it drops.
If
Well,
I
let me
hit.
see how much hit points it has. So it only needs 1 damage to destroy it.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So,
Yeah.
is it dealing 1 now?
It says, well, so per the example, it says by the 3rd round you will have dealt 6 damage, for example. So that means the first round is 1
Plus 1.
plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Plus,
So then let's make the check
1
and make
plus
sure
2
that she
plus 3, yeah.
resists it. So I'm gonna roll with disadvantage against it. I rolled a 1. We confirm a critical.
I rolled a
It's
1.
critical. That's 1. And
Did not
then
crit
her
fail.
mighty is 1. So she has a grand total of 2.
Oh wow, Jesus Christ! I was ready to spend a fate point. I rolled a 1, did not crit fail. I have a mighty of 6. So that's-
Oh, boy.
And I also have psionics.
You definitely got it. So
9 total.
it drops out of her hands as it burns her hand. It drops, and when it hits the ground, it shatters. There's a flash of light when it shatters.
Haha! Suck it!
Damn it! All right, that was 1.
You
The
numpty
retainers.
shit.
Okay, so these retainers, they are going to rush down. They're not going to be able to get to you. They're rushing down to the wreckage as a group. You see that Lord Donovan's getting up. He's peering over the edge. He seems to be casting a spell. And what other retainers I have? These guys are rushing down the steps as a single group. Again, they can't quite get to you yet. And Felix and them back up and to protect her. And the jailer is just standing his ground at the top of these steps. Okay, I believe that's everyone. Has everyone gone?
Yep, everyone's gone.
All right, that's the first round. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
You see that Jafar's come to in your arms. And it took her, right? Yeah, so
For those not familiar with OSR Plus rules, we roll initiative every round.
Okay.
Ever
Oh.
changing.
he says, "Oh, I must get up to the top. If I can
I'm taking
begin
you
the
there
music."
now.
All right,
Alonzo.
he starts playing.
Lean on me and I'll take you all the way up.
He grabs a hold of you. All right,
And I got 2.
I rolled a 1.
get them all first.
Oh my
Lightfoot, you have perception, right?
Oh yes, I do. So that would make
So
it
you're-
3.
Yep, so that's a 3. And then what did our dear Fen roll?
Only 2.
So 2, and then what do you got? BBGs and whatnot.
All right. BBG is 4.
Okay.
The retainer group is 1.
Retainer marksman or retainers number 2?
The regular retainers. So number
Okay.
2. The marksmen are 7.
God damn it.
I know they're pretty fast. And my robots with the Tarth are 4.
And that
What
clock
about
is
enemy
going
nim?
down 1, right?
Enemy Nim is 5.
Cool. All right, so it's marksman first. No surprise there.
Yep. All right. Let me just take these guys. I've got a hold of her. All right. The marksmen. What are they gonna do here? Well, you just shot at Kendra, so they're gonna try and take a shot on you, Thursday. I need
Do
to
your
finish-
worst, by which I mean please do terribly.
Please.
All right. I'm gonna roll this one. They're working as one unit here. Where's that marksman? Here. There we go. All right.
You cannot harm me with my
3.
mighty prophets band. Uh-oh.
3, and the weapon is, so that's a 10. You see, and then what they shoot out is like these bullets that are blasting near your area. So you roll your defense, D6 plus your defense. You can also parry with your Maleficence, but that will take your action if you do that.
They hit 3, you said?
10 total.
Oh, well, screw those guys.
Do your
I will
defensive-
parry.
Your parry, all right, great. So you're gonna conjure up your chaos magic to parry.
Yes.
So then you would make an attack using your Maleficence. So it'd be D6 plus your smart, which would be at advantage, and then you would add +2 if you have sorcery.
13.
13. So you blocked it with your Maleficence. What does that look like?
Well, I just shot myself in the head, so I'm probably staggered back by that. The turban is knocked askew, and probably I don't even see them attacking me, but just out of pure reflex, I'm like, and I put up a big like circular shield all the way around myself.
I love it. It bounces off.
Yeah,
Great.
It's all 12 Maleficences.
yeah, it's like
It's
everything.
ah!
Those bullets
All
are
right.
so cursed.
That was 7. So it looks like the enemy Nim, the one Nim, right, that's left. He when he sees your chaos Maleficence, he is very concerned. He's gonna run towards the group of men here, and then he's gonna try to cast a spell. So he runs past you guys, like ducking under. And let's see, what do these horrible little jerks do? Oh, okay. Oh, so what he does is he starts moving his hands together, and they start to have this weird blackish goo around them, and he spreads it on the ground below you. He's casting grease, and he's placed grease in this space here on the bridge between these men.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, "Stay back!" All right, that was the Nim. And where are we now?
BBG.
Oh boy, Kendra. What is she gonna do? Oops, I didn't do that. Kendra. She is upset with you, but she needs the opal.
Broke her wand, too.
You broke her wand. Oh, she's gonna go after you. You broke her wand.
Yeah, fucking bring it.
A prized possession.
Fell into my trap.
She's like, "Do you have any idea how expensive that Staff of Thunder was? I'm going to pay for this." Oh, okay. I need you to make a spell check. She points, and you see these blackish tendrils shoot out of her body, and they start swirling and surging down to you, and they're billowing out from where you're located. And it's actually going to affect everyone that's near you. So it would be Lightfoot and Thirsty. She's
Okay.
doing it in melee space. These black tendrils are shooting up from the ground. I'm going to need it was like a deft check. It's a thaumaturgy spell. She rolled a 5 plus 8 is 13 total. There's tendrils are reaching for you from the ground.
Can I use athletics or reflexes at all?
Only thaumaturgy, so D6 plus your deft, and if you have thaumaturgy, because you're resisting a spell.
You can use story tags, though, if you
But
want.
you can use story tags, and you can explode die as well.
Or
And because it's a depth check, you do roll at advantage.
Yes.
Because you're a nim. So.
it doesn't change anything.
What was the number to beat?
13, yes. 8 plus 5.
Okay, I'm just gonna fail. I got an 8. I have one
So
more
this-
fate point that I could roll, but I don't like
Ooh.
the odds, so I'm gonna keep that fate point.
I would like to use my negative story tag against me.
Okay, what is it?
Too many threads to count. Is that it's too many threads to count as the negative story tag. It's the web. I'm too caught up in trying to we fooled the robots. I just broke her wand. Like I'm not paying attention.
And then that's why it swirls around you.
So it's like it hits me in the back. So that's
Tendril
negative
wraps
2.
around you.
I rolled a 4. That's a 6 total minus 2, so that's a 4.
So you get the way
But
it-
I do get a fate point back.
He's used both of his weaknesses against himself, which gives him a fate point.
Oh.
So you see he's wrapped up in this blackish tendril, smoking tendril. You have the entangled condition on you now.
Oh, ouch.
All right, and I got a total of 8.
An 8? All right. Are you going to try and explode or get out of that in some way?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use a fate die.
Oh, okay. I mean, a 13.
So that'd be another 4.
Oh, so does that fall short?
So that would be 14
12.
total. Right.
14. Sorry, so you have 14? Okay, so then you do avoid it. Okay, so how did you avoid it? When this tendril reaches up at you.
Yeah, is it coming up through the boards there?
Mm-hmm. It's coming out of
Yeah.
thin air, basically.
So I figure I kind of feel something happening, and I just kind of reflexively jump back out of the way.
It tries to wrap around you, but you're out of its area of effect. All right. Okay, so what does the entangled condition do to us, John?
I will tell you, and I will also like to add that underneath your attributes, numbers, you can actually add conditions to it. So if you
That's
look
okay.
so entangled, you cannot move or take action except to break free. Opponents have advantage against you.
So Thursday, were you entangled?
I am entangled. Yeah.
All right, so you're wrapped up in this tendril. All right, that was her action. We have Lightfoot. What are you doing?
So Thirsty's entangled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my. Let's see.
Oh, shit, I fucked up. Sorry, I apologize. I feel like I did this to you twice. The clockworker actually at 4.
You know what? Because we goofed up, you're gonna go Lightfoot, and then we'll make.
There we go. Love it.
Okay, that's. I'm gonna take my chakram, and
Nice.
I'm gonna try to slice
Slice through?
Thursday free.
You slide through the tendril, and Thursday you slam on the ground, and the tendril evaporates.
Oh!
Right.
I
Don't be a
shot
baby, get up.
myself in the head.
Don't be a baby. Get up.
I
All right,
will
then.
when the time is right.
Oh.
All right, Fen, what are you doing?
Okay, so man, Fat Bottom, I'm gonna have him lean on me, and we are going to scooch. We're gonna go as quickly as we can. I don't think that anybody's really paying attention to us,
Donovan's waving to you guys.
and we're gonna come up here.
Oh, okay. All right, so you're coming up here. You see, you've got those 2 unconscious people. He says, all right. Or he stops playing for a second. He says, I will get on the ship, and from there I can play to the seas. He starts playing again. So he's going to move.
Perfect. And I'm gonna have him get out of sight. Get out of sight.
And he says, may the gods be with you. He's playing.
You too. You too.
What are you doing? So he moved. What else do I do?
I'm trying to fire quite a ways away from like everything.
Wow.
I want to go back down if I can.
Uh-huh.
Hide up underneath here.
All right, so you're going to crouch down there.
Yep, I'm gonna and eventually go back to Betsy, but I'll get
Got it.
there.
All right, that was Fen. Let's see. Now we've got our machines. All right. So this machine hurls Takis over to Kendra. and this machine hurls Pickpack over to Kendra. And then Kendra looks down and she says, "At last, the opal is in my grasp." That's what the machines are doing. All right. What's next here? Thirsty. So you're up.
Cool. Now, I believe it was Lightfoot telling me to get up.
Yes.
Instead of that,
The parts are piloting those. It's clear they're moving controls as those machines are moving.
so I am here,
Yes. Oh,
and this giant cannon is here.
Yes.
I am going to dimension door
Oh, nice.
over to the giant cannon.
Great. So you're dimension dooring to this thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, sorry. I just saw what you were circling. Isn't this a weapon on the bow?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a yes. That is absolutely looks like a magical harpoon of some kind or cannon. I think it's a cannon.
Okay. 'Cause I took this thing to be an engine on the back.
Yeah, I think that's an engine. You're right. This is clearly a cannon. It's even pooping some magical smoke.
Yeah, I'm going to that.
Poof! You're right in front of it.
All right.
All
How
right.
many magic points does that cost me? It's just one, right?
Let's see. That's like a melee space, I would say. So that'd be 2.
2. Okay. So I'm doing that, and that's
Step
basically my turn, right? Just cast the spell and then move through the portal. That's it.
Yeah. She looks at you and says, "What are you up to, you horrible student? Don't make me give you another F."
Hey, you know what? Does she see where I came out? I mean,
Yes. She's like,
she's
get away from that.
she's
Stop
facing
him.
the battlefield.
Stop him. All
Fine,
right.
I'll just shoot everyone.
So you're going to the harpoon. All right.
Yeah.
Retainers are 1 now.
No.
Okay.
I think I'm
Nope.
up now.
Oh, that's right. Alonzo, what are you doing?
So I'm entangled.
Yeah.
Fucking hey. I mean, I guess I have to break through, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I cannot move or take action except to break free. All right. So I'm gonna just try to break
She
free.
used the fate point.
Well. Yes. Well, so here's the thing. Can I
I'll
break
be
free
the
and take a free action?
What's your free action?
I want to chug a mana potion.
Oh, sure. That's not an action, right?
Yeah, but I gotta. I
You're
break.
Break out of them? How are you breaking out of the entanglement?
I mean, through sheer force of will
All right.
And muscle.
and some muscle. I mean, I do. I
You-
will have you know
but
I
you're-
do at least 10.
Are you a psychic?
push-ups a
What
day.
are you? What's your
I'm a
class?
psychic. Yeah, I mean, my
Are you using your mental powers to disbelieve this tendril?
It's a yeah. I kind of like fatten up a little bit. Oh, yeah.
And then you land. All right.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna drink a potion.
And I would like to use
Luxury
a luxury item to
All right.
get a.
In OSR Plus, you can declare luxury items as mana potions or HP potions if you intend, as well as other luxury items. All right, so you drink it. That's a free action. You've got your MP back. Roll a d6.
Well, yes. Roll d6 for that. Oh my fucking god! I rolled
Is it
a
1? Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can drain yourself though as a psychic.
I know I can. I just
True. All right. Now the retainers, right? Okay. So, I feel like these guys are gonna go after our Nim friend because that's the only one that's here, and there's quite a few of them. They're gonna try and tackle you, Lightfoot,
Oh boy.
and they're gonna start pummeling you. All of them. Just like a tackle you like at a football game or something. All right.
something.
I'm gonna need a defense check. They're gonna make an unarmed attack. Now they're not skilled in that, but there's a lot of them, so they're getting 2, 3, 4, 5, a +5 to what they're doing.
You know, those sports people play.
Yeah, the sports thing. It's sports ball.
Remember, your fate points are available.
5, 9,
We have 1 left.
plus 9 plus 5 is 14.
Oh gosh. Okay.
There's so many of them piling on top of you, and they're just punching and piling on you, and you're just this little thing.
So
So you can make a defense check. You can also parry. And parrying can be described how you want. It's also your weapon.
Cannot parry because she reacted.
Oh, you reacted. So you have to make a defense check. So it's a D6 plus your
okay.
defense.
Yeah, I roll a total of 8. So
They have tackled on top of you, and they're just pummeling you. You're not entangled. They're just on you, punching you. So you take 2.
And that goes to your armor, not
Your armor first.
hit points. So you're A-okay.
Okay, where do I do that at?
So right below like your stats, the Mighty Deaf Smart, you just see hit points, armor points, magic points, fate points. And you just take away from the your armor. Like literally on the sheet, you can highlight it and just change it.
The other retainers up here are going to shoot at you, Alonzo, with their crossbow.
For fuck's sake!
They're a +2 because there's 3 of them.
Cool.
All right. That is a 6. So a 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14.
14. Is this considered an energetic response? Attack?
In what sense? It's a kinetic physical weapon.
Just because I can steal my mind to become a trap for energetic harm.
Can you read the spell?
So energy trap. You steal your mind to become a trap for energetic harm. When you cast a spell, make a spell check. For each MP invested spell, you absorb 1 point of energetic damage from each source of harm, which you may release
There's
later.
another psychic spell that specifically is about physical, like non-energy harm.
Okay.
I think this one's meant to absorb energy,
For
like magical damage.
weapon senses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
These are just bolts. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So you take 4.
Wait, hold on. I still get the roll.
All right. 14. Wait.
Calm
Is it
down.
not 14?
All right.
What did I roll?
I'm coming. I'm here. Hold on. I'm just debating if I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 points from Indomitable Will.
All right.
This. I rolled a 4. So that's +2. My defense is only 2, so that's an 8 total.
Yeah.
So and it's for 14.
It's 4 damage. I think I rolled a 14.
Well, I'm just debating if I want to like shoot the moon here. No, I'll take the 10. Sorry, I was gonna try to be clever and do something funny.
Take 4. You're
Take
pelted with crossbow
Take
bolt.
4. So it burns through my armor. My armor
Ooh.
shoots off, and I'm now slightly bleeding.
Ooh.
It's barely bleeding though. Nothing.
Got a few
flesh wound.
puncture wounds. Just a flesh wound. All right.
Yeah.
Believe that's everyone?
Yes.
All right. Next initiative.
Jesus Christ.
Clock is
Kendra
down
is
to
going to
2.
get her hands on the opal. We bring the clock down. 2.
Clock's at 2. Everyone roll, and if you could hold up fingers, that's great.
You see
Lightfoot,
that there is a
3.
burst of fire coming from
Lightfoot,
Lord Donovan.
you take your perception into account, Lightfoot?
Yep.
Thank you.
The burst of
2,
fire
4.
coming from Lord Donovan, and suddenly this area is on fire. And you see the marksmen are running back and forth to avoid the flames. They're out of the action. That's what that NPC is doing.
What's your numbers, DQ?
All right, BVG 5, so 7. Retainers 3. Clockwork are 6.
Jesus Christ.
And then my 1 nim is 4.
What about the marksman?
Oh, the marksmen are out of the action because they're on fire.
Okay. All right. Can I strike them?
They're not dead. They're just
Okay.
they're being corralled by Donovan.
They're
right now.
0.
He's an NPC. Yeah.
We'll say.
They're kind of trying to avoid this wall of fire he's created. So, as we're closing in at the end of this, we know a sandworm may be coming, but to save your lives, now is the time to take out all the stops. Use those fate points, not just for exploding dice, but to create an air of advantage, to add things to there that are not there, to take out whole groups of dudes. You can do that. All right. 7, the BBEG. What is she going to do? Well, Kendra's obviously, what you see is her hand starts to glow and spark with her maleficent energy or electrical energy. She plunges her hand into Fickfack and rips out the opal.
How dare.
You hear Takis scream in horror as Fickfack's body goes limp as the energy is pulled out of it. And Kendra holds the opal up and she says, "And with this opal, I will command the greatest clockwork army the world has ever seen. and the electricity pours over her, and she starts to float up in the air like Magneto. And what you see is she shoots bolts of energy at the clockwork, and the clockwork starts spinning around, and they're electrified, and they're starting to charge towards you guys. That's what she's doing on her action.
I'm sorry, we're
6'10".
all in different places. Who are they charging towards?
So they are spinning around. She is, let's see. Well, you guys are all together-ish here. One of them's going in this direction. And then where else do we have some guys?
I'm on the ship. I've got that big old
Oh, you're on
cannon.
the ship. Oh, well, yeah, obviously she hates you. The other ones are heading up here. So
Okay.
they're leaping up, and they're heading your way, but they're not acting there yet. All right. That was 7. Ben, what are you doing?
Hey, I'm going to turn into a bird of prey,
Yes.
and I'm going to fly at her, and I'm going to go for her face.
Oh, you're gonna like fly through her shield of magnetic energy and start clawing at her face?
And everything I have, I am going to take all my pain and sorrow and heartbreak and everything, and I'm going to rip the fuck out of her face.
Nice.
Yes.
Because from all the torment that she's inflicted upon you, you swoop in and
Everything,
start
every
slashing at her.
heartbreak, everything that I've gone through.
Love it.
Right
All
here in
right.
her face.
She's just gonna make a defense check here. Oh, she rolled a 6 though. So that is a 6 plus your 8 is 14.
Okay, so I roll. What do I roll?
So you roll a d6 plus your deft. Again, you have advantage with deft. And then you add, if you have the, let's see, you're a bird and you're slashing. I'll take a deft, any skill that you have weapon specialty into either
Okay.
of your light weapons. You're like a talent or talons, right?
Is for my skills, I've got survival and I've got missile.
I'll take missile because it's like you are the missile as a talon bird.
Okay,
in this
so
case.
let's see. I got 9, 10, 11.
Ooh, what did I say? I said 14?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my how many
Explode.
points do I have left? My death points. Or my not my
Your
death
fate points?
fate points.
You explode it. So
Gonna
what's happening is
explode.
you're swooping in. This electrical field is making you back away, and you're flapping and screeching. When you spend this fate point, let's get to 14.
Okay, so I roll that again. What did I say was that? 11?
You're 11. Yeah.
I'm at 15.
15. So you just slashed her in the face. So let's get a d6 of damage.
And I got a 5.
Ooh, 5 damage. All right, that does pretty a lot to her.
She's scratchy.
She squeals in pain and hatred as you heavily damaged her armor, her robes. Her robes are tearing, and you see that they're glowing magical robes that are just tearing apart as you're slashing at her face. All right, great. That was Fen on 6, the clockwork, right? All right, this first one. What did my clockwork even do? Let's take a look. A sentinel, clockwork sentinel. Rocket punch, grab, shockwave. I like that. All right. That one, it's supercharged. It lands in front of you, and you see its fists retract into its like as barrels. The barrels start spinning, and then it slams it into the ground, creating a shockwave in a melee space that encompasses everyone from Alonzo to Lightfoot, all the way to where that Nim is standing by himself. So let's make a check against this. I need defense checks from you guys. So it's a 11 total.
Jeez.
Defense check.
7 for me.
Ooh, the shockwave surges through the area, knocking you over.
Well, I'm already.
It only does 1. So it kind of knocked you over. You're prone, but it only does 1 damage. And then let's see with Alonzo here.
So I rolled 2. I have a defensive 2. That's 4. I'm gonna use a fate point
Oh, all right.
because I got one back. So let's go. And I rolled a 4. Nice. So I do hit 8. I clear it.
I had 11.
Wait, 11? Here's what
Yep.
you had? I think you said 7.
8 plus 3 is 11. Right? That's what I said, right? Because their
heard-
might is 8.
Well, Jesus Christ, yeah. That's
I rolled more.
not have a 7. God,
Alright.
my fate point back. That's I thought you said 7.
Sure. If you want to just fail, it's fine.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. I'm gonna.
Alright.
I rolled a 4 total.
You take
It's
5
11.
from the shockwave.
Dear God, I am at 0.
So when you're at 0, this means you're vulnerable. Meaning if you take any additional damage, you receive wounds. When you have wounds equal to your mighty, then you start to die. And on the next turn, you'll die unless someone stabilizes you. So you see him blasted. He lands into the rubble. And he's, your armor's fucked up. You're like, crackled. All right. And then the other one is leaping over with its supercharged and lands right next to you, Thirsty. And it's going to try and grab you with its fist.
It's gonna miss.
I need you to make a defense check unless you're going to do something else against it. Roll a 2, plus 8 is 10.
It gets me.
Ooh, it grabs you and it's lifting you up and it's squeezing you. You take only 1. I think you're so bony and thin that it's hard for it to squeeze you. Like it closes, but doesn't really get your whole body. You're like,
like when you have a wrench, you can't like a monkey wrench.
It can't quite
really
close.
Yeah.
It's lifting you up, and you're not entangled because I think he said it only did 1. It's like hasn't fully gripped you, but you're in its grasp.
As a mage, I am officially
Yes.
half dead.
Oh Jesus! Okay. All right. So that was the clockwork. The enemy Nim. He's a coward. He's gonna run over to his to the safe area. He's not doing anything. Retainer, marksman are on fire. Lightfoot.
Okay, so am I still like underneath the pile of retainers there? Like
Yes, they're trying to pummel you, but you can get
like
out.
I've
You're not
got the
entangled.
football and they
Flip out.
want it.
Yes.
Okay,
You can flip
so
out. You're not entangled.
and
They're just trying
over
to pummel
here by this other airship, these 2 tokens, are those the captain and are they
Here?
unconscious?
This
to
is
the-
yes, Captain Vina. These 2.
Yeah, they're unconscious.
They're
Correct?
unconscious and tied up. Yep.
Okay. Can I use a fate point
Ooh.
to change the narrative?
Yes, you certainly can.
Okay, so this is what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
I'm buried by these people, and Lightfoot starts to panic
Yeah.
because she's been captured before. She
Yeah.
remembers running through the woods,
Mhm.
being tackled, and dragged off.
Yeah.
This isn't going to happen again.
Damn.
So, but these guys are big. So she wiggles and squints and
Spin
just
around.
on the elbows,
Oh!
tender places,
Ah! Oh, my
And-
balls!
pops out of there.
So you slop out. All right, so you're out of there. What else do you want to do with this fate point? You keep going. There's more than we're gonna do.
I'm gonna run to those 2 unconscious people, and I'm gonna
Alright.
start. I'm gonna start giving out
The antidote?
the antidote.
Yes. All right. Well, the fate point, I'm going to say you pour it into their lips and you shake them. And Captain Vina comes to and she says, "What has happened?" And she says, "My word, who are these rapscallions?" And she says, to Pegneck, "Get to your feet." And he's like, "Oh, I don't feel so good, Captain Vina. What's the order here, Nim?"
So I will say, long story, but let me sum up. So I will quickly say, these are the enemies. Kill that bitch.
Whoa.
And I'm gonna, I can't take off, but I'm gonna continue around.
You're going to try and get the captains up? So she unsheathes her rapier and she says, "Picnic at the ready. We must stop this wizard." All right. I'm going to give them an action this turn, and you're going to dart off. All right. That was you, Alonzo. You're coming to in this wreckage. Don't worry. We'll finish on time. We will.
Oh, I
Hi,
know.
Mitch. I am. So where is Kendra right now? Sorry, I lost.
She
her.
is floating in the middle of the air. She is like a level above everyone. Right here.
Can I just
Being attacked.
blast her with my maleficence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to say though before I do that,
See what she can do over here.
sorry, just looking what I have available to me at the moment. No, I'm just gonna start blasting.
Blaster? Started blasting.
And I started blasting.
All right. When you, as you are, oh, actually, let me double check that I can even do that. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna do that as a reaction. Yeah. So she sees that you are charging up. What does your Maleficence look like?
It's psychic, so it's just like this like pink aura that shoots out of me, and it's like I like hold my temples and kind of.
Actually,
form.
she's not gonna do that because she's being attacked by a bird. So you blast her. Go ahead, blast her. I'm gonna roll a defense check.
All right.
Oh, she rolled a 1.
Oh, I got 13.
Okay. That's a 1 plus her defense is 8, so that's only a 9. You blast her.
So
What
13.
damage you do?
I do 5 damage.
5. Wow. Okay. Her
Um,
armor is her robes are destroyed. She's in a nightgown.
And I bewilder the mind.
Oh, what does
The
that
victim
do?
is confused. They may act with disadvantage and can't cast spells until their next action.
Nice. So as she's being torn by the shredding of this polymorph bird, she's dazzled and stunned because of this bewilderment
And I say, "What ho, you Jiminy Cricket!
until the end of her next turn.
Concern you!"
All right. That was Al, the retainers. Let's see. You have gotten out of their grasp, so let's see. We move you over to Lena, right? All right. So they are going to dogpile Alonso because he's right there.
Well, I was saying I couldn't move though, can I?
Oh, you can move. Where are you going?
I mean, I would have run
We're
back.
gonna run. All right. All right. Great.
I mean,
Who are they
I
gonna
don't know how
dog-
far I can go, but
We are dogpiling the Amber Dwarf, and he is fighting with them with his axe. They are at odds, which takes the Amber Dwarf out of the action. And then my other ones, they're going to dogpile you.
okay, fair enough.
All right. They pull out their short swords, they bastard swords they have. I need a defense check.
All right. Damn, I'm not dealing with defense.
9 total.
So I rolled a 4. I have a 6 or 2 defense. Here's where the fate point comes in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like well, let's see if it works. But I'm just jumping up and grabbing onto something and kicking at them. To, like,
Oh, nice. Okay. To
away
avoid it.
from it. I jump up and it breaks as I go to kick
Oh,
at them.
no.
I got
They, like,
an
stab
8. I have an 8 total right now.
Oh, they stab you and you take 4. Oh, 5. This is
Oh,
the sword.
that's wounds.
Yeah, 5 wounds.
5 wounds?
That's right.
Holy shit.
What's your mighty?
My mighty's 6, so
You have
good,
one.
but
So you have 1 left before you're on death's door, which means you act at a -5 with everything you do.
I'm fucked.
You stabbed and stabbed. You see that Alonso is totally going down. He's on his last leg here. All right. That was the end of my retainers. Thirsty.
I have Arcane Affinity, which gives me advantage on Smart.
Yes.
I have Arcane Adept, which lets me make a spell check using Smart to dispel the magic of my enemies.
You do.
I have Chaos Mage, which means that I experiment with raw primordial magic.
Yes.
And I have a Fate Point,
You do.
which says the following. This airship that I am on is the High People airship and has
It is.
been established to be the most advanced airship of the bunch here.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming that it is intended to do battle with many other airships,
Oh yes.
then
Well
its
outfitted.
main gun surely
Mhm.
can fire
Devastate.
straight through magical effects of any kind.
Of course.
And surely a clockwork, like the one that is holding me, is
Yeah.
powered by magic, animated by
Of
magic.
course. Of course.
Yeah, so I'm going to set off an anti-magic EMP from
Ooh.
that cannon to shut down this clockwork and anything else that you will let it reach.
Love it. So you're using the fate point.
Yep.
All right, great. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna use your dispel magic and kind of like burst it out of you.
Mm-hmm.
What are you in your head? What are you thinking when you dig deep down inside, out of your cowardice, out of the disgrace of your house? What is it that wells inside of you that gets you to act with such precision and rage?
Fuck that lady. And I'm just going to point my dispel magic directly at the giant dispel magic cannon and
it
invoke
turns
my chaos
black.
and let it just blast
All right.
and pummel everything.
With a fate point, we're gonna say that it affects the encounter. So the burst blue energy comes out. The clockwork lets go of you. It tilts and then it falls over. So does the other one. It starts sparking. The electricity leaves that it falls over. As the wave washes over the area, it actually is going to wash over Kendra, and she's flying with the opal.
Yeah.
Now, the opal is what lifts her up, but it momentarily is the energy is pushed out of it. As a magic item, its power is dimmed for a second, which means she's going to fall downward.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple of stories.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll 2d6 and see if she survives. She already taken 10 damage. For total transparency, she has an 8 armor. Okay. So that means that she's technically at 0 right now. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to have you roll 2d6 for the falling damage.
All right. And for the record, if I'd rolled higher on initiative, I would have just shot this anti-magic cannon at her.
Which makes sense.
This guy grabbed me. That was already the plan. That is 9.
9 damage. Wow. So she lands onto the ground, and there's a blast of blue energy when she hits the ground, and it blinds everyone. We don't see what happens to her just yet. There's just a glowing energy coming out of that area as the opal hits the ground with her body. All right. That was your initiative. Thirsty. Those guys are on fire. And now I want to, in this final round, instead of going through the rigmarole of initiative, what I want you guys to do is to figure out how do we close this scene. Okay. So clearly you see Fen, you were clawing her to death, right? With your talons.
I am.
You see that she falls in this blast of light, and it actually transforms you as well back into your normal form because it's anti-magical. I need you to make a death check to avoid falling and taking similar damage. So I'm going to say this is a hard check because you're caught off guard. It's an 11. So you're going to roll with advantage, d6 plus your defs, and if you have anything that can help you.
With advantage, you said, right?
Yep.
So I got 10.
Huh?
Can I add my survival?
That sounds like you need survival. All right. So you're transformed back into a nymph form. You make it. How do you land safely on the ground?
I just do a really cool, like, reflex twist and just like a cat. With all my experience of being animals and everything else, I just...
Perfect. And when you land on the ground, you see the opal is rolling past you out of this bluish smoke.
As I land, I grab for the opal.
You grab the opal, and you actually are lifted up slightly, like you're floating a little bit. All right, so you've saved yourself from harm there. Now let's go around the table and see what's happening here. Lightfoot, what's happening?
I'm running around delivering the antidote.
You're waking up the captains?
Yeah, I want to make sure that nobody else gets, under Kendra's foot again.
Got it. So I'm gonna say in this final round, you've run around, you're administering this antidote to all the captains. They're getting up. We see that Captain Vina has leaped down so far, and she is deftly moving between one retainer and the other, poking them with her rapier and getting them off the amber dwarf. In the meantime, the other captains are waking up. You see that the German blue-haired fellow is rushing back onto his airship, and he's going inside, and you see that he's working with that Gansfeld generator, this machine full of ghosts, and he's trying to get it working so he can help. We've got Captain Cutter. I think you can get to him because he's in a bunch of chaos, but his lady friend is getting back on her ship, and she's trying to get to the harpoon, although I, for some reason, can't move her, unlock her. She's getting to her harpoon, and she's turning it. Lord Donovan has nixed these two marksmen with his fire, and they're getting back on their airship. So you've got them on their feet. What else are you doing in this final round here?
Me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, as I'm running around, I'm picking up any shinies.
Okay. You're getting a fortune in gold. All right. Alonzo, what are you doing in this final round?
So these guys are all on top of me, right? They're stabbing me and
they're stabbing you to death.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but across the way though, there is still the jailer.
Yes.
And Edwin, whatever.
These guys are running onto the ship. Once they saw her go down, they're running into the ship. Felix and Edwin.
So basically, what he's gonna do is say, "Fuck, it's been a good run," and he's going to down. He's gonna use a fate point to do all this. He's gonna down his magnum opus. It was a cocktail I made earlier. I think.
Oh, okay.
In session 1, actually. He's gonna down that himself. He's gonna drain pretty much all of his stats
MP as a psychic.
as a psychic,
And
he is then going to cast. Let's see. Let's see what I can do the most damage. What can I cause the most chaos with? So he's gonna cast molecular kinesis on the tower on where everyone's standing outside of the like right here.
This tower?
Yeah, where Tychus is.
Oh, where Tychus has got it.
Yep. Because
Just
I'm
cancel it
a
as they're running
megalomaniac, so fuck her. Just, I don't care. I want Edwin. I want fucking
All of them.
Fleetwood Mac. I want Jailer. I want them all.
So you're gonna eviscerate yourself in a flash of energy that surges and hits the tower. And it's gonna start to demolecularizing it, pulling it apart.
It's igniting into fire. Basically, I'm what that person in chat, Jason, wanted. I'm gonna burn the fucker down. Just that side though.
Edwin turns to Felix, and Felix says, "Well, now this isn't how it's supposed to go." And they're falling down through the wreckage of it.
Yeah.
All right, and then you see Alonso vaporizes in this.
Fuck y'all!
All right, where's my who do you got left? All right, first day. As the smoke is dispersing, you see Kendra's body, and all of her bones are broken, and with her last hand she's trying to crawl in the direction of light for Fen with her last ounce of strength. And she's like, "Cast all of you!"
I watch through the dust-filled air left behind by my brother-in-law exploding, and I go, "Oh, thank God that's over." I dimension door over to Kendra, pick up the opal, and say, "I told you I'd get it, bitch," and I kick her in the face.
Yes.
And she dies.
Yes.
She dies.
And then, as all the men are trying to, they're fighting with Captain Vina, and they're fighting with the Amber Dwarf, and the Tarth, seeing their machines destroyed, are trying to run and get some kind of grip on the situation. You see that Jafar finishes playing his song and puts it in his cloak. And then you hear a great rumbling in the desert sands. And in some moments later, the sand seas part, and lifting its head, and Patty, I will get to you, you still have something to do. Lifting its head, you see a giant sandworm roar, and all of the men scream in terror. And Fen, do we have a final word from you here?
The final word?
Uh-huh.
Oh gosh. So I'm floating, and I've got the opal, right?
Yep, I assume you hand it back to her. She was holding it.
Yeah. So I'm not floating anymore.
Yeah.
And even though that she's dead, I'm gonna stomp on her face and say, "Fuck you, bitch!"
The opal is safely recovered by our crew of Nim and our thirsty wizard. But unfortunately, Alonso has vaporized into the wind to take out Felix and Edwin. And this is the final conclusion to Faht Bottom Inn.
And I go downstairs and sleep, like I wanted to do from the beginning.
Take it.
Finally get to bed.
Wanting to sleep this whole time.
Congratulations.
3 stars.
Thank you, guys.
Well done, sir.
You just kamikazed right at the end of there. Not bringing these
meta way
characters
to do
back,
it.
I guess.
Yeah, who cares? Let them go out.
All right.
I still had a fate point.
Daniel, thank you so much for running this. This was awesome.
Thank you guys for joining. It was super fun.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
For anyone watching who wants to read more about the system, go to osrplus.com and look it up. All the rules are right there for you to see.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know what you're pointing at, but it's the logo in the
Down
bottom
there
corner
somewhere.
there. Yeah. Oh yeah, and David just put the link in the Twitch chat.
Oh, there you go.
I will do the same for the YouTube chat, even though anyone who watches this in the future will probably not see it. But osrplus.com. And thanks again to Daniel for creating this game and running it for us. And on Friday, the in-person crew will be back with Shadows of Archonia 2, episode 28, where we will, at long last, find out why on earth Sally One-Eye thought it was a great idea to fire her ship's cannons into the center of the town. And then on next Monday, we finally get to finish our interrupted game of Pirate Borg, run by me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys watch that back, because I don't remember what happened at all.
Me either.
I know our ship was taken over and we were going somewhere without knowing. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone.